I like that song. That song is the hit.
So I'm seeing what's going on right now. There is a prompt on my end. If you see where it says why it's not letting us go to Facebook, so it'll get
Yeah.
your Facebook but not mine. So I got to switch mine up too. All
Oh
right.
wow, really?
Yep.
Is it still on our YouTubes?
It's on our YouTube. Ain't got an issue.
Mm. Well, we're dealing with technical StreamYard issues. Welcome to another More Conversations with the Average Black Man. And I am Morphine. Be God.
And I am Timotheus. Welcome to our reaction joint that we about to put together right now. You gotta have the reaction joint at least once. You know what I mean?
I'm just getting on here.
So
Like, I'm just getting on here.
you're right. I'm trying to get the little reaction joint set up right now so we can start reacting to the joints.
Viewers,
So
I blame my co-host for this because he should have been more equipped. It's like, no. We go through this every Monday. Work with us, bear with us. We're new to this. We ain't true to this shit.
this is our first reaction joint to where we doing it this way, not the other way. The other way. So let's just jump right into it because we got a lot to cover. We
Right.
got a lot to cover. So let's see what we got crack a lacking. Here we go.
I'm just getting on here for all the girlies who are in their 30s. I'm 33, turning 34 next month. And I'm just fucking done dating. Like, excuse my language, but I'm done. Like, for a while there, I was on a kick for the younger guys because that was all that was hollering at me. Because I must say, I think I look pretty good for being 33. So I was like, okay, I'm done with the young ones. Like, they're too immature. Like, I'm looking for something more serious in life. They're not doing it for me. Cool, whatever. I reunite with an ex that I was with when I was 22, and this was like always the one who got away from me. Mind you, he is 3 years older than me, going to be 37 in January. This man is emotionally unavailable. So they're too immature in their 20s. And then they're possibly still emotionally unavailable in their 30s. I understand why my mom is 60 years old and still single and just said forget it. Because that's what it's about to be.
Quitter.
It was a crazy echo in that video, but
word.
What?
You said word it was echoing. That's on my
It
end.
it was a crazy echo. It was a crazy echo. Like she said, when you're in your 20s, you're too mature. When you're in your 30s,
they're immature. God, she's like, I'm done dating because when guys are in their 20s, they're immature, and then when they're in their 30s, they're unavailable. No, that's the man you dealing with. That's all it is, baby girl. Shut your ass up. You end up her options were so few that she had to go holler at one of her exes from back in the day. You know what I mean? Like she talking about I'm still cute and all of that. Well, why ain't nobody hollering at you? It's all bad.
I mean, because men ain't hollering at no one. It don't matter how cute you are, how let's just put this out there. Men ain't hollering at nobody because women made it so as if that if he says something to you that you're just totally offended. Why are you talking to me? All the other good stuff that women do. So now they're not talking to nobody. It don't matter how good you look. It don't matter. He don't know how to approach you anymore.
We're gonna have to figure out this echo real quick.
Am I echoing?
No, you're not. There's probably something to do on mine. This one, she don't say nothing. I think this is just some whatever. I'm just going down the list. We got a lot to cover.
We got a lot to cover. It's a lot. I get it.
So dating in your 30s be like, I'm in the middle of a divorce. She trying to walk at him. No, wants to only want to have fun. I'm partying in the clubs. Emotionally unavailable. Blah blah. Blah blah blah.
Not technically blah 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 because if that's their experiences, that's their experience. All right, so look. Let's do it. Let's do the flip side, right?
Yeah,
When men talking about their experiences, that why no.
You are
Why?
in your 30s right now, right? Am I so I ain't gonna throw your age out there, but you in that
Listen,
in that decade, right? You know what I mean?
and
So all right. So if you in that decade, is that what's going on there? Dudes is like, yo, shorty, I just, I don't want nothing serious. I just want to, wham bam, and I done already been hurt. I'm divorced. I ain't trying to, that's basically what they saying is that's they whole get down. Everybody they holler at is like, look, I am not trying to deal with you.
listen, everybody that's like 30 in my age and over, 30 and up, you know, definitely has been through some things in a relationship, and they are carrying their past traumas. What the fuck wrong with them? Whether it's the man, whether it's the woman, they're carrying those past traumas with them from relationship to relationship to relationship. I don't understand why it's a gender position put in this shit.
Hey, if this is what the links look like. That one was
Feel
corny too, so let's keep it
like
pushing.
that.
We might
And
come
men feel the same way. They feel the same way.
maybe we come across one that's not. Let's see if this one is corny or not. Let's see. Let me know if there's a mad echo.
I'm not interested in marrying a girl with a high body count.
No,
But
this one is
it's like a
good.
total deal breaker. If the fact that I'm not a virgin, for example, is a deal breaker for some girl, like that's totally fair.
When you
No,
say
there's
high
an
body
echo.
count, what do you consider a high body count?
If I'm looking for a wife, I don't want her to have been with like more than 5 to
Way
7.
better.
Why are you laughing over there?
Yeah, do you guys have?
I mean, just
I
be
think
single
it's
forever.
very
I
That's
don't know.
better. That's good.
Well, no, we live in California. Like a lot
Yeah.
of, I'm very rare. Like my standards are very different from a lot
Right.
of guys here.
No, I totally
you know?
understand that.
So like most guys here probably aren't going to care as much as I do.
Well, it's not. Yeah, I think that I'm just thinking of it in my own perspective, and it's just like I'm so far beyond that. Like that far, like that thought, like that just doesn't even cross my mind anymore.
What doesn't cross your mind?
Like body count or like how many people you've been with, like that is so just not in my range of thought because I'm not thinking about that. I'm thinking of people like as a person and how they are, and I don't care about who they've been with or like what they've done in their past.
Stop the cap.
All right. Again, because of the technical difficulties, I ain't really get what the fuck they were saying.
That was a body count conversation. The dude was saying, "Hey, if I marry somebody, I don't want her to have a body count," and she was like, "Well, I'm at a point in my life now to where body count doesn't matter." And they like, "Cause you got a high body count." Excuse me. But at the
You know what? I would want them to have these conversations with women that don't have a high body count, because I think they feel like women that are on the opposite end feel as though, and this is talking about feelings, this ain't about logic, because what he's talking about is his feelings. It ain't got nothing to do with logic. So, I think they feel very, very pressured to know or to have experience as much as the girl that has a high body count.
as a man, I can say that body count absolutely does, and it doesn't matter. It matters, and it don't matter. And the reason why it exists in this strange conundrum of being both things at the same time is because it's the value system, how men place value in women. If everybody got a past, if you're gonna trip off with somebody because they got a past, you just corny. Period. Oh, she had a boyfriend before you. How dare she do such a thing? He's like, that's corny. But at the same time, depending on the guy, I wouldn't want my woman to be like an ex porn star. That's or an ex stripper or a streetwalker or something like that. That's just that's a personal thing. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that. It's just because those women
It's a
still get
personal
married.
preference.
Yeah, because those women still get married. Those women still go on to have lives. And the men that marry them, other men will judge those men, oh, you a simp. But hey, that's just how he views it. But me personally, I wouldn't want I don't think it's a flex. I don't think it's a flex for me to be out with my girl and she like Buffy the Body. I'm just threw a name, first name came in my mind. But like somebody that did a video where she took 99 beefcakes in one video. At the end of the video, she got on white lotion from head to toe. You know what I mean? And be like, that's my boo right there. That's just my preference, though.
My only issue with this is that it doesn't seem like men appreciate women with low body counts. I'm going to be honest. It don't seem that way. You could say it because the contrast is women with high body counts. That's the contrast. That's why it's being said. Same thing with women. Yeah. The contrast is men with high body counts. So of course you could say that, but all of us women had low body counts at one particular time in our lives. And what is not being spoken on is how the fuck did you feel when you had a low body count? Did you not feel pressured to have sex with the guys that you were dating? Did they cherish your low body count? No, they didn't. They did not. Now you appreciate a low body count because you have the contrast of a woman with a high body count. But when you had when she had one, you ain't care.
And on the flip side, it go both ways too. I gotta be 60-40. I gotta pull out the 60-40.
Just like, well, if y'all just cherish them women a little bit more, maybe that'd be a
body count. The most evident form of evidence for body count for either gender, male or female, are children, and having a bunch of children is not desirable either side. No. The same women that say, "Oh, well, a real man will accept me and my kids because that's what a real." Okay, if that's the case, are you gonna accept him with his 6 kids he got by like 4 or 5 different women?
I mean,
or does that lower his ticket too? Does that lower his value as a man? Like,
you know what they're gonna say? Ooh. You know what they're gonna say? Men are not like women, and women are not like women. Women are not like men, and men are not like women. So that's what they're going to say. So a man can have 6 or 7 baby moms and still be valued, where a woman can't. That's the levels they want it to be in. Like, your human levels are lower because you're a female, where his is higher because it's a male, where we're not looking at the value system of how they both have several kids by different people. So even if you do date this guy, there's no guarantee that you won't be the 8th baby mama. If you do date this girl and take her serious, there's no guarantee you won't be the 8th baby daddy. The discernment is quite the same. Let's move on to the next slide.
Yeah, hang on. I'm trying to get the link over here for Coach Ferg to jump in.
Oh, all right, cool. If Coach Brody jumps in, I'm gonna say that a lot of men, and I'm gonna say it for him before he get to come say it. A lot of men have this Madonna whore complex where they want a virtuous woman. However, the virtuous woman feels so much pressure by the women that are non-virtuous and the culture that it creates. So, there's that. I would want to get into something. It's not really off topic. It's really, really on topic. Got a question for you, Mr. Average Black Man. Is there such thing as being intimate with your wife differently than being intimate with your side chick?
Absolutely. It's all based in value. Value is what I always say. Earlier today in the back chat, for viewers are like, the back chat, what they talking about, the value. The back chat be popping. The back chat
be popping in the back chat. It be popping. Series coming soon on the back chat from from the bar method. They got their whole series on the back chat. So series coming soon.
The back chat chronicles up this motherfucker.
Yeah, it's coming soon.
I always word it this way. It's the very simplest way that I put it. A man's approach is dependent on a woman's presentation. If a woman presents herself a certain way, then a man's approach is going to be defined by her presentation, and her presentation could absolutely be incorrect. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It, uh, uh, a man could see a woman walking down the street with her booty cheeks hanging all out, tattoos all over, talking to her homegirl, going, ow, period,
Ow.
and all of that, and be like, okay, he gonna treat her accordingly. Like, look, she on some ratchet BS. I'm gonna get her, blah, blah, blah. And then he could turn that corner, go into the grocery store, see a woman with a nice little bag, the little small little church heels on or something, with a little blouse or something, and get at her a whole. Excuse me, how you doing, ma'am? Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean?
That's a whole
But
lie.
this the
But
thing
go
though.
ahead.
This
Go
the
ahead.
thing though. This is where
Keep
he could
telling that lie.
This is where he could absolutely be wrong. It's that the one with the little church flats on, that could be the rat. That could be the flipper. And then the one out there with the tattoos and all of that, she could be in there on Sunday, all extra faithful and praising the Lord. So it's in our minds, it's the presentation. At least on my coast. I don't know how it is on your coast. On your coast, everybody might just be like, hey, my for everybody. Yo, shorty for everybody.
So
But
everybody
over
wanted to be easy to pick, men and women. They wanted to be easy. It's this video that me and my sister Jessica Phils is on. Shout out to Slow
Mrs.
Conversations.
Fields.
Miss Fields was talking, was on this post, and the post went a little like this. Guy came in the room, and the ladies are supposed to go off of looks and appearance, whether they like them. And if they like them, they don't pop their balloon. If they don't like them, they pop their balloon off the bat.
Yeah.
He walked in the room, they like pop, 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 pop. He started talking, chicks is like pop, 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 pop. And it's all off of first impressions.
Right.
And
Then my
even
man
though
had
he was
a
saying,
lawyer. He was a lawyer and all of that. I peeped
no,
that
no,
one.
no, 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 no,
Oh,
no,
not that
not
one.
that one.
It's a
Not
different.
that one.
Okay.
It's a different one. It's same line. It's along the lines of ratchet and ghetto-ness that you're talking about. Now, my man talked like he came all the way from the slums. Like they just pulled him out the slums and gave him some money because he talked just like it. His English is super broken, and he got a nerve to use slang words on top of broken fucking English. Like, so you can't understand half of the things that he's saying. Now, his intellect was on 1,000. The things that was coming out of his mouth, if you read it between, how he said it, was definitely on some intellectual, like really, really deep shit. And the ladies couldn't get over how he talked. I mean, look, I'm not above the bullshit. I couldn't get over the way he talked. It just blew my mind. I would be that female that corrected his English every time I got a chance to do it, because it would just rub me wrong. It just would rub me wrong. Okay, I know we use profanity, cuss words, slang words, but the broken English, oh, that would have drove me crazy. And I think those were like the little turnoffs in the women.
Was it the dude that
Men
was like,
couldn't
"You
get over
feel
it.
me? You feel me?" And then he
Yo,
gonna go on and
listen,
say, and then you
it
feel
was,
me, and then come
yeah,
on, you feel me, and then
yeah,
saying, girl, you feel me, you feel me.
yeah.
It was
And
that
then the
dude.
guys was trying to be on cold. They was trying to be on cold for like their life. Like if you can hang on somebody nuts, they had crowbars on them joints like this. So anyway, they was trying to stay on cold, and I'm like, you got to understand what the ladies are saying, and the ladies got to understand that this is exactly what men are saying. Yeah, you can be ghetto, you don't got to sound it. You could be ghetto, you don't got to dress it. You don't got to dress that way. You know, you could use you could not broken English again. Use correct English. You can use slang
A lot of
words.
are
It's okay, but don't do it all the time. Don't think that it's cool to speak like that all the time, and we should just get with it. No, you should speak
too often. I
correctly.
hear men now.
Come on, let's queue up. Get it. What is you doing? I'm
Yeah,
over here talking, trying to wait.
yeah, I'm trying to multitask. I'm a man. I don't do it that good.
I'm like, I'm waiting for. Do you want me to pull it?
All
Because
right,
good
let
Lord,
me see.
you like brother. It's only so
All right,
much of this topic I could talk
here we
about.
go.
Men have always been the prize.
Mm-hmm.
No, let me hold on.
Let her
Let me
finish.
Let her finish.
but after this conversation, I will admit I am one of the few people who did not know who Simone Biles was until this situation. Um, however, I want to say something, and I know some of y'all might feel away, get mad at me. Men have always been the prize. Women, no, let me
Let her finish.
let me finish, because I'm not, let me finish. Men have always been the prize. And I'm going to explain what I'm saying. Women marry who they can, men marry who they want. You can get offended by the statement, but if you really sit down and you think about it and you be honest with yourself, that is a very valid statement. Also, not only that, but by him saying that he is the prize, that does not make her not a prize. I myself am raising a young man. I'm raising my son is 7 years old. He is a miniature Einstein. He has manners more than he has his manners are beyond most adults that I've ever met. His style of dress, his respect of himself as well as others. I'm instilling in him his faith, his spiritualness. I'm instilling in my son to be a prize, especially with these days, the way that women are raising these young girls. And it's unfortunate, but and also the numbers, it's always been since the beginning of time, women will fight over a man, you know what I'm saying? But they'll accept, but at the same time, they're going to accept, like back in the traditional days, that as long as the house is taken care of and he pays all the bills, he can have those 2, 3 families up the street. You know what I'm saying? Men have always been the prize. We have gotten to a point where we disrespect our men so much. I worry so much about what the world is going to look like when my son becomes of age to date and to court and to marry, because I will never let any of your daughters tell my son that he is not the prize. That will never be a thing. And if you have sons, nephews, whatever the godchildren, you should not ever tell your son, oh, she is a. Do you guys see what type of young girls are being raised? So you're telling these young girls that they're a prize over the son that you're putting your time, that you're actually the man who's supposed to be the provider that you guys are looking for, the man who's supposed to be the protector that you guys are looking for, and you just want to sit back and live a soft life. He's not the prize. That will never make sense to me. And I'll leave it there and let you guys marinate on that.
Drizzle.
Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that,
drizzle.
Coach, don't do me like that.
Drizzle.
I always been a firm Kevin supporter on the whole you pay bills, you get to do what you want to do shit. Listen, I ain't above that.
Drizzle.
But I will say, I would never put a man in that position, because that shit comes with a lot of shutting the fuck up that I ain't gonna be doing. Okay, I always said that. I said I don't have the capacity to shut the fuck up that long to get that. You know, like
now.
Like I'm honest. I've always been honest, Trey. You know I've been an honest woman. I'm an honest.
So everybody that's in the audience that's unfamiliar with what she was talking about, just recently, Simone Biles' husband did an interview in which he said in the interview that he was a catch, and the internet, the sisterhood and the internet went crazy. Girl, you need to divorce him. You know, these are women. The women encouraging a woman that's married to get divorced.
Y'all crazy.
You need to divorce him, girl. He said he's a catch, like it's like he better than you. And Simone Biles did a follow-up interview, and she said that everything he said in that interview was right. He was a catch, which he is a prize. The same, a good man is hard to find, just like a good woman is hard to find. Just because you a woman don't automatically make you the prize. I'm a woman and I'm the prize. No, that's not an automatic thing. That's not an automatic thing. And you did say that. Hold on, sorry. I gotta get my. There we go.
Get your shit off, brother. I agree with you. No. I'm like, yeah, I did not say that. I agree with you.
And like the young lady so eloquently expressed in the video. How can you make this assertion that men are not the prize when you're expecting a man to be the provider and the protector so you can have this soft life? And so how is a man that's going to do that for you not a win? How is he not the prize? How is he not what you run in the chase? How is he not the goal? How is he not when has the finish line not been the goal?
Everybody,
so when do you cross the finish line and don't get a prize?
Everybody is a prize when your contrast is what's out here now. Like the lady said, I just said that.
No,
Coach,
but she was talking about a particular type of woman that's the contrast.
It don't matter. That shit is general. It's a general statement in this conversation of relationships. What I just said previously. Everything is a prize when your contrast is shit.
I'm
Like,
laughing because
like if you're
Ferg chewing that gum like he waiting on the number 5 bus on the
like, I don't want no problems in this situation. Listen, I'm just saying, I'm saying the reality. The woman is the prize when you have shit women to go, versus her, like versus her, shit women, good woman, nurturing woman, feminine woman, submissive woman, versus what you got out here right now. Yeah, that's a prize. That's a fucking prize. A man that provides, protects, and does everything financially. It's a fucking prize because there ain't a lot of men like that. It's not. Not most importantly, not a lot of men can afford that shit. So there is that. These are the prizes because your contrast is shit. That's my argument. I'm standing 10 toes, five fingers up on this one. Contrast shit. Of course it's the prize. Like, come on, coach. It's a reaction show. We need your
one. How both of y'all doing today?
we good.
All right. Shout out, coach.
I haven't caught y'all in a couple of weeks, man. So it's interesting to be able to catch y'all. I don't know. I got a notice today, like, okay, let me jump on here and talk to him for a minute.
Yeah,
and
we had a little hiatus.
My morphine sister, she's morphing and fiending at the same time.
Leave you alone.
In reference to the first video, I caught a little bit of it, in regards to body counts.
Mm-hmm.
You made a great statement. When she was younger, she didn't have all that. So yeah, it's a prize at 22, 20. I don't know. I'm just throwing a number on it. But when you're younger, you haven't put your body through all that trauma and stress. You don't have children. You can go and do as you please for yourself, buy clothes for yourself, spend all your money you work hard on for yourself. But when you have children too young, it adds extra stress on you. Because in our culture, unfortunately, we're just having children just for the sake of fucking.
That part.
It's not like
Say it again one more time.
We just having children just for the sake of fucking.
Yes.
And the children are unfortunately caught in the middle of it because we all know a woman's cooter is burning hot 20 hours a day. And then when that big broad shoulder dude come in, you've been dreaming about walking in, yeah, you ready to give it to him. A lot of time we just talk too much and mess it up. But that's another story. And it's important for a woman to have listen, it's just a state that we assume that, one, we find it weird. And it's not even men, it's the sisters who pound on the other sisters' backs. Is she a virgin if she's 18? Girl, so what's wrong with you? Something wrong with you. You a virgin? Let me hook you up with Tyrone. If Tyrone fuck the shit out of me, girl, he'll fuck the shit out of you too. And y'all pressure these women into these situations. As far as men, the numbers are still the same. Half men are not even in relationships and getting sex on the regular. So guess what he's doing? If he's a righteous guy, he's working, he's taking care of himself, just holding on by the hair of his chinny chin chin. He just fuck it. The world said, fuck me. I just got to do what I got to do. And if he's spending time with himself, nobody has to know that shit. He ain't got to tell nobody. Hold that and do like boxers do. Hold that shit in until you get some and then knock the hell out of that shit. Save it for that occasion. But okay, so I'll move on from that. And Morphine, this is where you come in because you have a voice. And what I've been seeing, a lot of women that sort of understand, because women understand the process, they just play dumb. They've spent 20 years riding the carousel, 304, blah, blah, blah. Now they turn 36, 37, all of a sudden they have a dream about Christ in the middle of the night. Now they got to run to church like they ain't never did shit. They'll tell these young women, girl, go and have the fun. That instead of saying, you know what, go be a hoe like me, because your mama was a hoe, your grandmama was a hoe, and we was out there. Go be like me, and then come back and think about getting married. No, go have fun. Da, da, da. Now, going to college, that's a great accomplishment. You can't knock anybody from going to college because not everybody's built for that shit. Just like everybody's not built for the military. So if you go, you change your life for the, you know, for the greater. That's good. You can't dismiss that. But this is where the women's voice come in. It's a lot of young women out there looking for leadership, and the women are telling them, "Fuck the niggas." She don't even know what it's like to have love from a man, because 9 times out of 10, from what they say, the father ain't into life, and it ain't that he don't want to. It's just a mama mad because his long john went somewhere else, and she can visualize old Tina getting bawled out, and she mad, and now her feelings are hurt, and she doesn't talk to kid. Your daddy ain't shit. See, he left me and you, but you ain't say, you know, when me and daddy was just fucking in the back of the car. We wasn't in a relationship. I just gave him some, and he wore that shit out, and then I got pregnant. But they won't tell the truth. Okay, so we move on from that. Here we are in this space. Men are finally being able to communicate from across the country. And once we start getting that information from men, because the world is telling us, nigga, you ain't shit, you better get that shit. So now the men are start to able to spread the word. It's getting across them airways faster. And if you're a young man, this is the greatest time for you, because you can take all of these talking points that you hear and use it to better your life. We are the prize. For every one of us is 12 of y'all. For every one black man is 12 sisters. Who's the prize? But the propaganda say women are the prize, da, da, da. They trick the hell out of y'all. But they know it's a money bag for y'all. Now, how can we change it? Start teaching our younger women and the men to hear the same message about your future depends on your innocence as long as possible. Can't put a number on it. But once they start giving up their body, the female, they lose their crown jewel. They lose.
I would love to try to teach little girls that, but little boys don't value that.
Because
How? But let me hear me out. Hear me out. I'm not saying they don't value a virtuous woman. We're talking about body count. We're not talking about a virgin.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, we're just talking about how many you give yourself to. So I'm not saying they don't value that. I'm just saying they don't value virginity in a way that you older folks do.
You know why?
Not in the way that, like, but and here's why.
Okay,
Here's why.
It's you older folk. It's the younger older folk, not the 50, 60 older folk. It's that 28, 35, 40-year-old older folk. They see how y'all move. They see y'all
because we had children,
all
like you said, we had children when we were children.
Your grandmother did too. Great grandmamas back in the day had children when they were children.
So the difference is our parents allow us to be kids till we didn't want to be kids anymore.
Okay.
That's the generation before me. That's the 80s people, the ones that got into the drug epidemic, all that good shit. Me,
they got caught up in it. Okay.
I'm a 90s kid. I'm a product of that. So, you know, there's that. You know, I'm a product of that. I'm not blaming nothing on a gender. I'm gonna just say what is coveted versus what is coveted then. You get what I'm saying? I think what is coveted now is how many people you giving your body to, and do I know them? Most importantly, do I know them? Is it the block? Is it the block you live on? Is every time you move, you giving it up to every neighbor and everybody that's close to you in proximity? I think that's more of a concern, more than, you know, your virtuality and how, you know, the fact that you was a virgin and all. Like, you know, no one. Sexuality is so like absurd right now for my kids' generation. Is crazy, y'all. For them, they don't have these. They gotta worry about whether they identify as a girl or guy. Like
morphine.
Like,
listen,
that's what's going on right now.
You going all around it. Listen, You are the queen in that position. You are the queen. So you saying what it is. Yeah, because the propaganda tells sisters, be free. That's what it ain't black men who go to work and dump the trash and climb that electrician pole. He ain't saying be free. He's saying, baby, come your ass home. Let me love you. He's not saying that. Y'all listening to other people tell y'all, fuck them niggas.
Yeah.
Come on out here, spend that money. Be free.
I'm not debating that.
I'm a ride for my nigga.
Okay.
Niggas, I'm a ride.
I mean, listen, I'm not debating that. I'm not debating that there is women out here that's on some, you know.
But Maureen, listen, just based on what you said, you know that there's women, right? Would you be willing to stand 10 toes down against those women to ensure that the young women of tomorrow have a better understanding and a better way of moving? Because women y'all scared of other women.
No, because I don't have no daughters. I only got sons, and I just don't. As a mom that's raised, that I ain't raised boys by myself. I had help. I had men in my life. I had their fathers in my life. So I don't, as a woman, I just don't necessarily want my son to have to flip the whole bill on her life.
But here's the thing, though.
I don't want that for my kid. I don't want that from my son.
So
like,
listen,
I don't want that for my son.
Morphine.
You know, but maybe I'm just selfish. You know, I'm a selfish.
No, Morphine. Listen. You don't want that for your son, right?
Right.
Okay, so listen. So great point. So you want the women that when he get to an age to marry, you want those women to be good women, right?
Yeah.
That's why. Too. Again, that's why it's important for you to train. You can take 50 young women, 17 years old right now. Say, listen, ladies, I'm going to show y'all how to be the best version of yourself and beyond. So whatever you decide in life, you can get the results you want. And you can start feeding that information to these young women. So when they get to the age where they're ready to marry, and your son see how you schooled them and how they sort of matured and grown into their natural beauty, because that's part of it too, the natural beauty. Guess what? He gonna have options to choose from. And those wives
that means I gotta hold myself to that standard.
But see,
and that's where the problem occurs. Because I don't want to be held to that standard.
But see, that's what I'm saying.
I would support it though. You get what I'm saying? I would support it. I just don't want to be held. I don't want to be held to that standard. I support her. I get money to the woman that want to do that.
It ain't about money. No, you can't get
I just
money.
don't want to be held to it.
It's no money. Morphine. Listen to you.
Definitely money.
Listen to you.
And like I said, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. That's a lie.
And that's the problem, because most women in your age bracket are like, fuck that shit. I'm about myself. Fuck them young girls. Because guess what? Not you. Some of your friends, they'll fuck your sons right now. Give them all the booty. 45 years old.
I'm not saying fuck these young girls. I said what I said. I don't want
that's
to
what I'm
be
saying.
on that I don't want to be held to that standard.
Why?
It's the standard
come back
in that shit. I don't want to be held to that standard. He said, so Trey, like, yo, listen, you could speak to the youth. You could go to the youth and tell them, like, yo, listen, this is how you get X, Y, Z. And no matter what choice you choose in life, it will help. These tools will help you in your future life, right? Right.
They don't want to listen.
See, the thing about black people, you gotta walk. You gotta walk it like you talk it. And I don't want to live. I don't know, because it's gonna be a black little girl to show up to my house and be like, Miss Keisha, you full of shit. Look at you. Look how you living. Like, I don't, like I would support any woman that's telling the youth to do the right thing, regardless if it is, be a little bit more virtuous with your body. I'm cool on that. I'm good on that. I definitely would support it. But what I'm not going to do is actually live it. I can't live that.
Why not?
I can't.
Why not?
I'll give it's correct me if I'm wrong, Morphine. Are you saying you can't be a hypocrite?
I can't be a hypocrite. That would be hypocritical of me.
You can't say you can't be like, girl, you don't need to be out here sucking them things.
Yeah, right. Like, I can't tell her to take the dick out her mouth while I got it in my eyes. Like, that's not cool. Like that's not cool.
No, listen. If you in the privacy of your home and you with your significant other, who in the hell say the kids have to know you out there slobbing on knobs? Nobody. They
But
understand
I'm
all the
not
garbage, but
though.
they already understand that it's out there. They understand
But
sex is out there.
Trey,
They don't
I'm
need.
not though, and I ain't sorry. So now where we go? I'm
Well,
not, and I'm not sorry for doing it. I'm not no more. I'm not no
well,
more. I ain't doing
I
it no
would.
more. But
I
I
think
ain't.
you do.
I wasn't, and I'm not sorry. Now where we go from here? This is my accountability. My accountability. I was in the public doing some things that wasn't, I guess you would say good. And I'm not ashamed. I don't do it no more. And I'm not going to tell next chick not to do it because it's hypocritical. That's fucked up.
Well, let your
I'm
sons
sorry.
do it. Can your sons do the same thing you did?
Well,
Absolutely.
can I
If
say
that's their
something?
choice. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, yeah, I mean, like, what am I supposed to do? My whole point of doing what I'm doing is so they don't have to.
But they
Can I
gonna
ask a
do.
question?
Welcome to the
Go ahead.
stage, Paul.
Welcome to the stage,
Hey,
Paul.
what's up, everybody? Um, you, if you're talking about what I think you're talking about, as what you used to do, right? You've seen the downside and the upside of that, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. So would it be so wrong for you to pull a young girl's skirt tail to let her know about the downside of that, the pros and cons of it? What comes with that?
I do.
That wouldn't make you a hypocrite. That wouldn't make you a
I
hypocrite by just forewarning. Is all I'm saying.
I do. Here's how we
Okay.
got to this
So
conversation. Trey tried to pull my
right.
coat on something I supported. And you did. Don't give me that.
Right.
Don't give
So
me that face.
what I'm
You
saying.
did or something I supported. And I'm like, yo, listen, I'm not a woman that is above a man that's paying all the bills and me over here acting like I'm independent. That's not how I view things. I wouldn't give a man that leverage because I don't know how to shut the fuck up. I said that. And if it's another
Okay.
woman that's getting a man that's like that, he paying all the bills, he paying for your bills, not just the bills, your bills too. As a woman,
Oh,
then
that's not what I
what
was
can
talking
you
about. That's not what I was
what
asking.
can you say? This is how this conversation started. What can you say?
Oh, okay.
What can you
Right.
say? Like it's nothing you could say. And if a young woman, but Miss Keisha, I'm independent. No, you're not. He's paying for shit. You're not paying for shit. Shut up. Shut up. Be quiet. It's a hard thing to do when you got an opinion. I always say that. It's a hard fucking thing to do when you got an opinion, but how about not have one? I've said that.
Are you
But if a
teaching your
man ain't
sons to pay all the
paying
bills?
for
Will you
all the
require your?
bills,
Are you paying? Are you requiring your sons to pay all the bills in the relationship with a woman?
no, and I'm not requiring him to take all the responsibility in a relationship either.
But that's what I'm saying. That's so. How can
But
you
that's
say
what you
that?
want. Like I don't
No.
want that.
But what I'm saying is, it ain't up for you to want nothing. It's him. He's going to be his own adult. And this is the
What you
information
talking
that guys
about?
are getting from women, and it's confusing the hell out of them, and it's aggressing them 10 times. He
How
he
you
has to
oppressed
be able to take
because
care of.
I'm not using you for your resources? I don't
No,
understand it.
see, it's not me. It's the future.
Not you, but the future guy. How are you oppressed? Because a woman isn't using you for your resources. That makes no logical sense to me. None. Isn't that evolution? Isn't she supposed to stop eventually? Or all these freedoms of work and harassment and shit that these women fought for? Isn't it supposed to be that way?
You threw me off with the word oppressed. Where's this oppression coming in from? What
And for
that
men feeling like if a woman isn't giving him a certain type of accolade for providing, or that she doesn't want a man that totally provides 100%. I don't fucking know. But I'm just laying it on just in general. What is this oppression of a woman not wanting you for your money or your resources? What the fuck?
that sounds like a situation where you have the last 2-3 thousand years of things being a certain way, and now within the last 70-80 years they're saying something different. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like, well, this is why there's the men that are saying it's hypocrisy on the women's side, because it's like, how can you say that traditional lifestyle is oppressive to women, but still require men to remain in his traditional place?
Let's talk
So
about that.
if you want to break out of tradition, why does he have to stay in tradition?
Let's talk about that. And that's the better conversation. Because how I'm going to go to a young woman and I can't even get that? We got to deal with that. Do you want a traditional man? Even though you wasn't raised to be traditional woman, you wasn't raised to be. I know I didn't raise my son for that. I know I wasn't really raised for that. So I know she wasn't. So what?
And see, you
This
have
is why
sons
I
too.
ask
So let
women,
me
what the
hang on,
fudge
hang
do
on,
you
hang on.
want?
Let me ask you this, because you got sons too. Do you teach your sons that it is their job? It is their job to take care of a woman, and she don't gotta do nothing but nothing. Even if she work and everything, she just keep her money, and it don't matter because she got her job, but her money don't matter because you the man. And since you the
No.
man, her money
Hell
don't
no.
matter.
No. Hell
Okay,
no. Her
so you're
money
not.
matter. Her credit matter. Her debt matter. Her family debts matter. All that matters. If you telling me that her mama and her daddy but living in her granddaddy's, her dad's granddaddy's house, that's going to make me what they do with it? They just been living it. They just pass this shit down, They ain't do nothing with it. And this
But
shit
that's
look
good.
grand down. They ain't taking care of it. Yeah, I'm gonna look at her crazy. I'm gonna look at them crazy. Do you know black people don't have inheritance like that? Do you know what we would do if we had our granddaddy house? I'm just saying. I wish I had my granddaddy house.
The younger generations would sell it. That's why a lot. That's how we lost a lot of generational wealth from back in the days. Because back in the days when great grandpa worked at the steel mill and at the wood mill and all of that, and was buying them houses and stuff like that, and when
I
they
hate that
died,
stuff.
this
I
is the
hate that for
thing
us though.
but when they
Cause
died,
you
this was
right.
the issue. This the issue though.
Yep, you right. I hate
Granddad
that for us though.
not only did granddaddy have 4 kids with your grandma, he had 3 kids around the corner too.
That's
And
2 houses.
when he died, them other kids around the corner was entitled to his inheritance too. So that's where a lot of that went there. A lot of it went to, well, you gonna sell the house because I want my cut. And
So black people too worried about the money and not about the outcome that comes with that. But I agree with you, Trey. I will if it was when I talk to the youth, when I talk to my sons and their friends, if that was the biggest concern, that would be my biggest topic. But I do agree with a lot of these concerns that you guys have as men. The fact that women are raised 99 times to be independent. And then when she get up with a man, or when she gets in a relationship or married, all of a sudden she wants a traditional man. Like that's always been like weird to
real
me.
quick. Welcome to the stage, Maurice. Welcome to the
What's
stage.
up, Maurice?
What's going on? What's going on? I had a few questions, but I didn't want you to stop on your thought there.
I was
Go
done.
ahead.
We just, elaborating on a thought.
Yeah, no, you had made a statement about you wouldn't mind teaching like younger women all these things, this, that, and the other, but you would feel a certain type of way because you essentially, you'd be a hypocrite, or you'd be kind of presenting a reality. But then you said you used to be a certain way, you used to do things a certain way, but you don't do it now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So if you don't do it now, my question is, why did you stop?
It was a request of my father before he passed. So it was like something that he said, and I was like, yeah, whatever, Dad. And then he passed. And I was like, all right.
All right, so you don't
like,
so you have no
what this vanilla life is like.
Yeah, so you have no moral backing to why you stopped?
No, I don't. That's why I don't want to do it. I mean, like I said, you said that I said that I wouldn't mind doing it. I said I would mind doing it. I cannot do that. I wouldn't mind backing another woman that did, whether it was financially, whether it was promotion wise, whatever the hell it was. I wouldn't mind supporting it. I just can't do it. I
So
can
you can't.
address certain double standards that women have that I don't
Oh,
agree with
that's
at
fine. I don't
all,
want to go. I don't
but
want to.
I can't be the spokesperson. None of that.
Yeah, I don't
None
want
of
to.
that.
I don't want to lose where I'm at right now because you're going down the whole path I'm not trying to go down. I'm just talking about this one decision making process here, where you you're saying you don't you're only taking you're only living how you living because out of respect for your father. It's not a matter of any type of moral standing or whatnot. But is there something that tells you like is it strictly for the love of your father? Like that's it?
Mm-hmm.
You don't see that there's a benefit in what he said, or it's just kind of for the pride of your family?
No.
Like, so you don't see any benefit in your life. You don't see any benefit to how it plugs into like reality and the society.
No.
Like, no. You don't see. Oh wow, that's interesting.
Absolutely. Like,
Yeah,
no.
that's absolutely interesting because you're saying that you're following this because your father said so, and you don't actually see the actual benefits to either yourself or society by conducting yourself in a certain behavior.
I'm only not putting my body out there for the public anymore. I didn't change my sexual orientation. I didn't change my sexual identity. I didn't change nothing about me. All I did was stop putting myself out there sexually. That's it. That's it.
Right,
That's all I
right.
did.
So
That's
No,
the
but
only
to
thing
answer the
that man
question,
ever asked me to do. He ain't asked me to change nothing but that.
we're not
And
talking about
that's
any of
what
this stuff.
made
Like
it more
you start
important
going
for
down
him to
alleyways.
try.
I didn't go down. You're going down. Yeah, you're going down a bunch of alleyways I didn't ask for at all.
No, we're talking about exploiting yourself sexually, not how I am sexually. So if I'm talking about telling little girls, telling like
Yeah,
18, 19-year olds
yeah.
to not sexually explore yourself, I'm not going to say that. Never going to say that. I'm never going to tell her not to play with a sex toy. I'm never going to say that. I'm never going to tell her that she should depend on her man for orgasms and not know how to how to orgasm herself because I know what it's like to be a woman. Y'all can't teach us that. That don't come from y'all. That come from us. We have to learn how to do that. I would like to have more of these conversations, but sex is a super taboo thing to talk about,
Wait,
even
wait, wait, wait.
today.
I'm sorry to
So
cut you off. I'm sorry to
I
cut you off.
wouldn't.
Hold on. I'm sorry to cut you off, but that just stood out to me. Did you just say that women teach other women how to and all of that stuff?
Rubber.
No,
DJ.
women teach
Oh, okay.
themselves how to like.
Oh, okay. Because
It.
I was gonna say, man, I know my daddy didn't say this how you hold it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No. Clarify. No, women teach themselves.
okay,
So
all
I'm
right.
like, I don't. This
But
is. I mean, this all this shit started off on being virtuous. I'm like, I can't preach that. I don't know. That's not my. That's
so
not my
let me
lesson
ask,
for the youngsters.
let me ask you
Are
a
we kind
question,
of settled in this
Chris.
conversation? Or are we gonna keep going through the reactions?
Yeah, because we got a lot to react on.
I just wanted to ask sister a question real quick. Can I ask her a
Yeah.
question?
Yes.
As far as the not the lifestyle, but the entertainment industry, are you saying that's what you would support in another young lady?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can't say I
Hello?
wouldn't. Yes, I can't say I
No.
wouldn't. I can't say I wouldn't.
Um, okay, so would it be fair to say, and I'm just asking, do you think that by you supporting that you would be living vicariously through her to do what you did not, or you decided to stop doing by the request of your father? Although had he not said anything, you would continue to do it. But because you decided, because dad said don't do it, I'm not going to do that anymore. here, let me live this life through someone else. Do you think that's a possibility? I'm not saying it is. I'm just asking. And you don't even have to answer that question right now. I just thought I'd ask that.
Because how the industry is ran in that field, I would feel obligated to say something to her. If she was just she was like a rookie in the game and she just came in the game. Definitely, everybody in the industry, whether they retired or not, will give you like the ins and outs of what not to do and what to stay away from. So why wouldn't I give her that piece of information? Because for y'all, that might be supporting her but for me, that's just giving her the game like somebody gave me when I started. So let's go to the next slide though.
Men are becoming way more
Sassy.
How? And way more like they
How?
want, because girls are fighting for like equality.
You said you're independent.
I think they're the prize.
We
Like,
are.
Nobody's chasing you.
You are.
Nobody's.
You are. I'm not gonna lie. All I heard was I'm broke. I'm broke. I'm broke. It'd be the same girl saying, I don't need a man. I don't need shit from a man. I'm an independent mommy. Like, what do I need a man for? Okay. Move in alignment with that. Why do you keep fucking talking? Right? Now that I'm in my soft guy era, I'm starting to realize you guys.
What the rest of the video? Oh,
you said a
he
teaser.
got some technical difficulties. Now I'm in my softcore guy era. I'm starting to understand that I shouldn't be used for my money and bitches should be paid for things. Yeah, they should. They should have been like that, but you know, you had to get to your soft guy era to figure that out.
One, that title's off. Two, it's supposed to be a satire to the nonsense that the women have been doing. Some of these guys are actually taking it seriously.
Yeah.
And
but
that's a problem.
Maybe they identify with that, Maurice. Maybe they identify with the fact that they just tired of being the guy with the wallet in the walking, talking bank account. Maybe they get tired of that.
There's some truth to it. Like there's like with everything that's being said, there's always some truth to it. But there's a reality that like you need to we need to flesh out what is needed by both sexes so that we can actually come together again. Like there's too much of this it's essentially petty rivalry is what's going on, right?
I feel that way.
way. Men are doing this. Men do this. Women do this back.
Do that.
Men do this, and then women do this back, and then men do this back. It's just, it's unnecessary. A lot of it's unnecessary. Like there needs to be a common ground, a table. We're always bringing back the table.
What do you bring to the table? The conversation that need to be had.
But that's actually a really good analogy. There's a table. We need to be able to both sit at this table and lay down our cards and say, all right, as a man, this is what I offer to the relationship. And as a woman, you got to be like, this is what I offer to the relationship. And if stuff doesn't match up, there needs to be some type of additions or trade or all right, cool, but we'll make it. There needs to be some type of negotiation going on. But nobody wants to actually have that. Everybody's playing this what do you call it? This like hard negotiation tactic where
victim mindset. Everybody's the victim.
No. You know how you ever negotiate with somebody and they come in like you ever let's see, we don't do that in this country.
Call it a hard deal. Everybody got this hard deal when they trying
it's
to
beyond that.
negotiate.
Like I was originally born in Haiti, and in Haiti it's expected that whatever the merchant gives you is an inflated price. Everybody knows that, and you undershoot it. You always undershoot the price, and then there's this negotiation that happens, and then you guys find out wherever you guys won't move past. And if you can't move past it on, then you move on to something else.
The barter system, exactly.
Right. This, for some reason, we feel like if we just maintain that first number that we shot out, then we're going to be good. No, that's not realistic, because you're never going to get the product that you're looking for. You're going to get some shady, knocked off product that's probably overvalued for whatever you got. That's why you have so many people upset with so many different types of relationships, right? You got men that are, men, they're telling men, get fit, get money, get out there, get all this stuff, look flashy. And what are you going to end up with? A bunch of fucking gold diggers. That's all you're going to end up with, that are airheaded and they can't do nothing, right? So same thing with women. They're out there getting their BBLs, this, that, and the other, and have their inflated prices and asking for, what are you going to get? Some shallow, rich dude that doesn't give a fuck about you, right? So you're not getting quality products here, because you're going out with the first price and you're not negotiating appropriately based on the actual things that you want.
So brother, this is what I always think about and what I ask. We already understand what the dynamics are. I don't know, these dynamics have been going on since COVID. I'll say since COVID, because what nobody out here making. Everybody knew they wasn't making 100,000. Everybody knew they wasn't doing all this. Everybody was just taking their ass to work, trying to survive. Now, since COVID, we got all these boss babes. Everybody is doing, women are doing all these great, and they doing some good things, but they doing everything above the black man. The black man been trugging along doing the same thing. Now, what is the fix?
It's 21 hours.
Starting from today, what is the fix on what you see in the community, in the male-female relationships? Because everybody's still fucking. Yeah, we still getting it in. How do we fix the relationship?
Are you asking me directly?
Yes, sir.
I mean,
anybody, any of this shit. I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, that's all you should. I mean, my ultimate suggestion is, I think me and Dedrick had this conversation. It's about outbreeding them, yo. we need to outbreed them.
So you're saying just sex them all up, just sex them the hell out of them?
No. There's people that understand everything that I mentioned earlier. When they're going, because the bottom line, when you have a certain set of people that don't know how to negotiate appropriately, is a bunch of people that don't know themselves. Like, if you don't know where your lines are and your appropriate boundaries are, you don't know how to negotiate, because you don't know what your actual line of boundary is. So what
you want to do? Breathe out the logic?
No. Okay, hold on. Now, the people that know this, they pass it on to their children effectively, right? And then that cycle continues. That's what that's the beauty of children, right? They continue on in the cycle of their parents. If you,
brother, that's the problem.
No,
that's the problem.
I know that's the problem.
Listen, we already continuing in the cycle of what's already been killing us for the last 45, 50 years. Now, you said something that's probably a norm for most cultures outside the United States. I don't know what year you came to the United States, but it was a time where, outside of feminism, except taking the man out the house, because Black communities and fathers and grandmothers and great grandfathers were together 100% like this. When they bought in the welfare system, it told the 2 million extra women, come live over here. They took themselves and their kids over there. Then they told all the married women, come on over here. Now, the dynamics understood that if they can separate us, they can create double the spending power. Because prior to that, Black people, when the men and women were working together, were building own stores and communities and shops, because the skill was within us already. Now crack come in welfare. First and the 15th, the social worker come to this side of the town. Daddy can't be in there. So between the 1st and the 15th, he had to go find somewhere to live. And on the other side of town, the 15th to the 30th, the social worker came on that side of town. So that's how they worked in groups on one side. So where Daddy go live? On the street? They wasn't letting him get no housing. They gave it to the women. They wasn't giving them no jobs, letting brothers into the union. So brothers had to figure out a way. So now on the 1st and the 15th, I'm staying over here. The 15th to the 30th, I'm going over. So I might have another woman. But guess what? I'm getting the same respect as a man. I'm helping somebody else raise their kids too.
Now,
And not,
I can answer that, but I feel like I've been talking too much.
Can I add
Paul,
Go
on?
ahead,
Can I
Paul.
add on?
Paul,
I
go
just,
ahead, and then we're
yeah,
gonna move on to
I just
another
wanted to add
guy.
on.
right.
I just wanted to add on to what the elder said. I remember I grew up in the '70s and the '80s. So what he's saying is correct. There used to be a time where the social worker will come and visit the home, but they got to a point now where they've gotten comfortable with not having to come and visit as often or frequently. The only time I think they really come and visit is like if you're getting Section 8 of housing, and that's only to inspect the house. The man can't be there now. But we still have this thing where men are not in the home, and he's not supposed to be there. But however, I will add, there were times where the man was still in the home, and he was supposed to. And what he was doing at that time was disappearing when the social worker showed up, and then coming back and then still building with his wife. But then there were, but that wasn't as there weren't as many men doing that. You know, it eventually became to a point to where a man felt like, you know what, if I can't be here when these people come and I don't need this, but this is what you want, I'm just going to go and do my own thing. So, I mean, what the elder's talking about is exact. And at some point, the man was removed totally from the home, whether it was by his choice or the woman's choice. And that's all I want. I just want to add on to that. That's all. I'm not trying to.
Well, we
Uh,
thank you
uh,
for your input, Paul. Like we always thank you for your inputs. Let's go to the next one.
You're going to expire before the age of 25. By the age of 35, literally no man's going to want you. Let's talk about why this is the biggest load of BS. So my mutual Cecilia Regina, whom tagging below, they're doing a series this week on how when it comes to the wealthiest men in the world, older women are the prize. And I'd just like to add some more examples to this conversation. So one of the examples that Cecilia gave was Jeff Bezos, who's like arguably like the wealthiest man in the world, and his current fiance, Lauren Sanchez, who's 53, Dr. Moyo, who was 50 when she married her billionaire husband, Melody Hobson, who was 44 when she married her billionaire husband, George Lucas. So far, what do we have in common? Intelligence, drive, and success. I'd also like to add Amal Clooney, who was 36 years old when she married actor George Clooney. Serena Williams was 36 when she married her Reddit co-founder and billionaire husband, Alexis Ohanian. Now, if we're talking about the highest echelons of society, you want to get down to royalty? No further than Princess Angela of Liechtenstein. She literally married Prince Maximilian of Liechtenstein when she was 41 years old. 41 people! And she did not give birth to Prince Alphonse until she was 42 years old. She met Prince Maximilian at a party because she was in the right circles. She was a highly accomplished fashion designer. She went to Parsons, and she was in the right rooms. And even more famously, we have Meghan Markle, who was 36 when she married Prince Harry, and didn't have Prince Archie until she was 37. When it comes to success, a lot of these people didn't meet until their mid-30s at the earliest, once they started to reap the benefits of their years of work. All these women are highly accomplished, intelligent women who stand on their own. So when society is saying that women expire at a certain age, ask yourself, does society have it together? Is society doing so great?
Outliers, outliers,
She got a point. She
outliers,
got a point.
outliers, outliers,
it was a
outliers,
lot of
outliers.
outliers. There was a lot of outliers, bro. It
And
was a lot of them. It wasn't just a handful, and there's more.
let's point them out too.
Outliers.
So,
She got a
Those are
point
no, no,
though.
no, no.
saying.
The
She
reason I'm
got a
saying this
point
outliers.
though.
Let
And
me
here's the thing. Like this is what I want to
Look,
say. Here's why she got a point. She got a point because society changed. Not because men and women or none of that gender shit y'all think about. Because society changed. It's
outliers,
that
outliers,
simple.
outliers.
no, let's
So wait. So are we gonna take this 6 or 7 women that just so happen to luck out and marry billionaires as not outliers? So everybody just
No,
so
what
so
you
40
missed,
year olds is 40-year-olds is marrying billionaires left and right. Is what
what
if
she
that's
said
not the
was,
case, then it's an outlier.
That's not what she
what she
said.
said
She
was,
said way
hold on,
more
hold
than
on,
that.
hold on.
Like,
No, hold on. Let me get this real quick. Tim, what you missed was what she said. They put themselves in positions. They were in those rooms. They were around those people. Oftentimes, we're talking about women that will never be in those rooms and those circles that want what those women have obtained. That's
Right. Like, yo, I'm like, why didn't y'all what I'm so happy you said it and not
Now,
me, because if I said it, it would have been a
this is the
woman
thing.
thing. But I'm happy you said it. But
It's a
I
double.
just
Man, I
said
don't
It's
that,
care.
like, yo,
I
no. But
heard
society
it.
hang on.
changed.
The
I know what
whole
I heard.
point, the whole argument was an outlier because to Paul's point, they put themselves in the room and she specified that it's black women. So that's even an outlier on top of the outlier.
What the hell?
It's
Yeah,
how many
What?
many
women
black
out
women.
here, how many women out here marrying billionaires? One, and then how many of them are black? Two.
That's what I just said. I
He's
just said it,
agreeing with
and
you.
y'all should hold on. Okay, because I was about to say
He's
it seemed like
agreeing
y'all
with you.
disagreeing. And I
Yeah,
said that these women put themselves in a position to be in that situation. Too many times women who will never be in that situation want the same thing.
he's
That's where
Right.
agreeing
the
with
problem is.
Which right. So you're agreeing that they are outliers because
you.
they did whatever they had to do to
Yeah,
necessarily put themselves in that room because
right.
that's not anybody can
Yeah,
just get in the
that's
room with a billionaire.
Essentially, what he's saying is like
it's a
there's
small number. He said it's a
small
small number.
percentage of women that will even be able to access those type of men based off of
But
whether it's their pedigree, whether it's the amount of
Right.
money they work, whether it's the type of business that they're in. There is a small percentage of women that would even be able to even access these men,
okay.
let alone have the character and the behavior to even attract them.
And how many of those women were
Right.
virgins?
None of them.
Okay, Serena was. What you talking about? What you talking about?
Nigga,
She got
That's what
married
what?
to
she
a
said.
You
husband.
think
That's what
you think she was
Yeah, I'm
Venus?
that's
like,
what she
nigga,
said.
okay.
I don't
Like,
know about that.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
If she say so,
none of them.
No,
if
If
she
now y'all
no,
gonna
say
echo
no,
black.
so,
no.
None
Then y'all gonna
Hold
echo
on,
black.
hold on,
Then
hold
y'all
on. I
gonna
don't want to
of
get
echo
them
off.
black.
was.
I don't
Trey
want to get
broke
on
the track.
track. I don't want to
Come
get too
on,
far off
man.
track.
Come
I
on,
don't want to get
man.
None
too far off
Then
track.
y'all got
Sarita
me acting
was.
black, hating. Stop
It's
hating
I
on
don't
just
me.
the
want to get too far
exception,
off
not the
track, guys.
rule,
Hang
Trey.
on. So this is another thing I want to add to this. Is the biggest thing, I won't say the one thing, the biggest issue that I take from that video is it doesn't highlight the character and demeanors of these individual women. It isn't, it isn't showing that these women well, number one, these women are not telling George Lucas, she's not telling all of these billion, they're not running nothing. They're not, no, I think you should do this with the $5 billion. No, I don't think you're supposed to invest. That is not happening.
It's not the dynamic.
That is not happening.
But the age does
I don't need, so
matter.
what?
The
I don't
age
need you.
is
I
it's
got
the
my
age
own
thing.
money and I
It's
leave
the
you if I
age
get.
thing.
Yeah,
It's the
I
age
mean,
thing. The age, because at the end of the day, the argument is not about character. The
What?
argument is about age.
the
The
argument is
whole
about age. I
her
agree.
whole defense was
It's
about
about listen,
age.
but it's
It
see,
wasn't about demeanor. It wasn't
one
about
more
caliber.
thing.
It wasn't about pedigree. It wasn't about none of that. It was about
Okay,
age.
okay,
That's it.
based off the video what we see, but yes, as a man, we understand it. We understand the type of character that these women have to be even in a place or position to get that type of man. And this is the thing that I hate when young folk, poor young folk, try to talk about what it is to be in these positions of millionaire and money. They get it confused because if you understand, other races want the finest sisters. They ain't taking no blowed out BBL sisters. You come in natural with your natural hair smelling like berries and juices. Or you gonna have that bag. It's simple as that. They go for the top tier. They're not going for
more, more,
225. They want 125.
more than that though,
130.
Ferg. Because when you said the finest, that I didn't, aesthetics isn't what came to my mind first. I thought of the finest
Right. I'm like, no one
as
thought about
in
aesthetics.
class. Because
Class.
a beautiful woman
Bro,
can
let's
be
say it real.
beautiful, but if she
Let's
in
say
there
it
like,
real.
oh no, you didn't. I know you
It's
ain't
the
just
lack
get
of
that
drama.
is
It's not about it's the lack
not
of
classy.
drama. These
The
these
character.
women will be assets to these men. They
Exactly.
will not take away from these men.
At all.
That goes above age. That goes above beauty.
Thank
That goes
you.
above
Thank
anything.
you.
These other metrics, like a man is searching for peace in his woman. And if these women can provide it, you know what? He's like, shit, she's 50 something years. All right, you know what?
But 50 sound
I
We're
think
gonna
we
work
all
it out.
looking for peace
We're gonna
in
work
each
it out.
other, though. Like that's just how I
Yeah, I'll
figure.
take a
Yeah,
50-year-old at 75.
but
What you
but the
talking about?
but the
We all
reality
looking for
is,
peace in each other, though.
Hey,
Like
hey,
real
but
ish.
hey,
but
Happiness
made a
within
good.
each
He
other.
made a good point though, because on that whole list, the two youngest couples together were Serena and that dude, and Meghan Markle and the Prince. Other than that, them 40-year-old women was marrying 60 and 70-year-old men. That is true. So relative to age, he got him a young tender.
Exactly.
Yeah, he got him a young tender. I think
Virgin.
the when it comes down to this Kevin Samuels ish in the gender war is it's like they think that all men of that caliber want a 20-year-old, and I keep saying to these people that for a 60-year-old, a 30-year-old is young. So,
But that's how
there's
spoiled
that.
And
people
that's
are.
a
Like,
grown woman. That's not a
right,
child.
you know, if he's 70, a 40-year-old is young to him. Like, what? It's all Kevin Samuels said was women date older. He never put a cap on that. He never put a cap on it. And the cap of this when they want to wife you shit, that's a facade. There's no cap on that
but
neither.
hold on, let's
Not in
get real too.
2024. There's no cap on that.
Yeah, let's get
There's no
real
cap
too.
on that.
Like, if any of these women were the same exact women, but they was 25, 27, or there was another woman that was that age, there's no way he's taking the older one.
That's because you want her to act older. That's weird. I never understood that.
Act
You want the
older?
25-year-old to have the
No,
mannerisms and the traits and the characteristics
hold
of a
on.
45-year-old.
Hold on. We understand that with that youth comes a certain level of immaturity. And so if you're saying, like, you know what, I don't want to deal with that immaturity, you're gonna bump up your age naturally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then again, if you're a man that's looking for a family, don't have one, now you're gonna bump down that age now.
Why? Because you want that immaturity breeded into your family?
No,
what are you talking
she
about?
needs to
What
be
the fuck?
capable
How
of
you
having
not think it is?
Because of the
It's a
because of the
contradiction
biological.
going on here.
No, it's the biological. It's the biological factors. The biological factors is that
What biological factor?
It's
I'm
every
talking
factor.
about
The ones we have
the
and the ones that
occurrence
you
of
don't.
having children and occurrence of dating older. I'm not talking about y'all dating 40-year-old women, 50-year-old woman, 60-year-old woman trying to have babies by them. I just said that to a 60-year-old man, a 30-year-old is younger.
No,
Yes.
so I'm
She
speaking
is
in
younger
general.
and she is in
I'm
childbearing
speaking.
age.
You
Why
said
would you
breed.
expect a 26-year-old to have a mannerisms as a 35-year-old?
No,
Some
They're
do.
not.
Some
Who's
do.
asking for that though?
we
Listen
already
to
know.
women do.
We already know that women mature faster than men. So let's
No, that's
What the
only
fuck do you know? We
physically.
don't.
That is
No, we
only
don't. We
physically.
just
Oh
get a
my
period.
That's only physically.
We
It's
don't.
not
We don't
mentally,
we don't
biologically.
mentally
Physically.
mature faster than y'all. We
Yeah,
It's
just
only
mentally
that don't
mature
mean
fast.
they
That's just a
mentally
physical
mature
thing.
faster.
But
It's
that's
a
what I'm
physical.
saying. It's only physically. That mental
It's
shit
only.
you
It's
can
not
see.
mentally. It's only physical.
Come on now.
Right.
Like
I
we're
didn't say it
physically as
implies.
stupid as you
I
are,
didn't say it
or
implies.
probably
I'm just saying
dumber.
it.
Like
There you go.
like
That again, more famous.
mentally
What?
as stupid as you are or dumber. We just physically mature better more than you do. That's it. Y'all take that shit as a mental thing. It ain't your fucking physicality goes with your mental, not ours. Yours level up with your mental, not ours.
for the record, the reason
Society
that
make
whole
that shit for y'all men. It don't
the
make they don't
whole
make that a standard for women.
Hold on, you can't
the
speak for y'all men. You can't
the
do
reason
that
why
because that's not how most of us think.
right.
Sorry.
And I was gonna say, and this is my opinion, and y'all free to drop y'all 2 cents after it. In my opinion, in my little 44 years I've been here on this earth, what it appears to me is that the concept of girls maturing faster than boys comes from, like we mentioned earlier when Ferg was saying, even your grandma back in the days had babies when they were babies having babies. The responsibility of raising children has been put on women younger, and that responsibility ages you. It's supposed to mature you. That maternal instinct is supposed to make you want to put your baby before you put your own needs. And that's where a lot of that Paul, can you mute? And a lot of that's where I believe that the notion of
It's not
girls mature faster than boys
It's
comes
not
from.
a notion. It's a biological fact. Hold on. Let's slow down for a second. Boys, I mean, girls physically mature faster than girls. Okay, let's not pretend like that's not a thing, right?
It's only a
So much
physical
so
thing.
there's even this phenomenon that happens if girls are raised without fathers. They actually have their menstruations faster. They have it earlier on. So let's not act like this doesn't happen. Now, there is a certain aspect of if girls have a child, or women have a child, they change again, physiologically, to be able to care for that child, which also has some type of mental switch as well. Like anybody that's ever seen a pregnant woman, she goes through this nesting period where she's automatically thinking about, like, the neuroticism kicks up. They start worrying about a bunch of different things, and they start worrying about how this area is going to be safe enough for this child to go in place. Now, this is we're seriously, we're talking about generalizations in general, right? But this is not a phenomenon that we could just say, because every woman doesn't go through it. It's not a reality. And this is what happens when we when we're talking about the maturity of women. Now, are there other aspects of maturity? Of course. But when we say mature more than, we're talking about the nature of it, not the nurture of it.
Y'all only talking about the physicality of it. You're not talking about the mental of it.
I just pointed
You're
out all
thinking
the
that
mental
just because
stuff.
she had a child that came through her and endured the most fucking invincible pain, that she's supposed to fucking naturally love this little fucker that caused her all this pain. I don't understand
No. Hang on.
Like that is a taught. We are taught that. I'm sorry. I gotta say it. We are taught that. We are taught that with baby dolls or Barbies. We are taught how to nurture. We are taught that.
Okay.
That's not an instinct.
Let me because he hit
Look
a
at animals.
point that was
It's animals that leave their kids to
hang
fuck
on.
out there. So it's
He
not
hit
an
a point that's
instinct.
very
It's a
interesting.
taught mechanism.
He hit a point that was pretty interesting, and he can correct me if I understood it wrong. But from the physical point is because maturity comes through what? Experience, right? That's
right.
Most of us will agree. So okay. So now we all agree that girls tend to physically mature faster than boys, so they get their little booties and boobs and all that, right? So
we
with
touch
that
and
being
agree
said,
on that.
so with that being said, she's gonna to draw the attention of older men. Older men are gonna start trying to holler at her. She gonna try to she gonna be like, I got you. She gonna feel some type of way. She's gonna start interacting with older men because now she feel like a woman. Now she feel like she's grown, and because most of us, I know when I was a kid, when I went to high school, they had dudes pulling up in cars to the high school, grown men, 24, 25, 26-year-old dudes picking up teenage girls.
This is based off of what is off her
this is what I'm
reactions.
saying.
This has
No,
nothing to do with the person
listen.
before they get to that part. When she gets a period, all that shit she goes through before she even meets a dude trying to hit on her, when she first grow boobs, how she feels, all that other good shit that men don't understand, because women ain't sitting here trying to elaborate on that. That it's actually not relevant to the damn conversation. The point is, we just mature physically more than y'all. That's just that fucking simple. It has nothing to do with logically. Logically, when a woman gets her logically, when a woman gets her period, she's freaked the fuck out. We don't just click and say, be like, oh my God, don't freak out. Don't act like your life is over. We think we're dying. If no one teaches her what that is, she's going to think she's dying, my nigga. There is no instinct for that shit. Like, what you mean?
Hang on. Welcome to the stage, Mrs. Fields, and go ahead and drop your 2 cents, sister girl.
This is crazy.
Hold on,
we
everybody.
just mature physically. That's it. It's it.
What's up?
I just came in on the tail end, so I don't know what transpired before all of this, but I was going to say something about what Tim said. I read something a while back. It was a couple of research studies where they were talking about why a lot of the older women mature. Like when I say older, I mean like from previous generations. It's because a lot of time they were made to be the home, the caregiver in the home, especially if you were like the eldest sibling and you were the young lady. They get taught how to sew and cook and clean at an earlier age. So that's why we can see a huge difference between this generation of young ladies that don't seem to be maturing in a mental way, but in a physical way. When back in the days it was more of they were maturing in a mental way versus a physical way, if that makes sense.
Right. Go ahead, fellas. So I could tell y'all why. Go ahead.
Spoken like a true woman.
Nope, I disagree. Let me tell you why. I disagree. I disagree
Of course.
because the
I can
women
feel
are
that
being
Drake.
they're forced into motherhood. So that's not something that they were developing on their own. But if you look at today, when you still have young girls who are forced into motherhood because they give birth, they still behave immaturely. The reason why the law states that, or society says that women mature faster than men is the physiological, and it's also giving these guys permission to have access to these girls younger. Have you ever noticed? I don't know about now. I think it's changed a little bit. But when I was coming up in the '90s, you only had to be 18 to dance half naked at a strip club. But as a man, you couldn't get in there until you were 21. But as a girl at 18, by all means, young lady, get up there and take it off. It's a physiological thing, period, point blank. That's just my opinion.
That's
From what I
and I,
recall coming up in the '90s,
Finger snatch
but
from
in
my
the
man
'80s,
Paul.
in the
Because I
he
ain't know
'80s.
just
where
said
you
the
was
same.
taking this shit, but
He
I
just
like
said the
where it
same thing I
landed and where
said.
we got.
Yeah, he just said the same thing.
He just said the
Yeah.
That's what
same
I'm
thing I
saying. Y'all
said
agree.
earlier.
So we're gonna
Yeah.
He just
we're gonna ignore the
Yeah,
how
because I was like, I
Let
don't
me
know
say
where
this
he's
to
taking
daughter
us,
in
but
this
I like
field.
where we landed at.
because
Let
because
me,
those experiences that they get in a strip club is gonna do what? It's gonna mature them.
and traumatize
Because
their ass,
because they in there dealing with they in there dealing with a
grown ass
minimum of
men.
men that are
Yes.
21 years old. She just
Yes.
But
graduated high school yesterday.
but
She got a
but
teenage
but in
mind,
Paul
but she
defense,
in
in
there.
Paul
Now,
defense,
now she in there with a minimum of 21 year
She
old
in
and
there with a
older
40-year
men.
old with a bag.
40-year-old men in there
With a
trying to
bag.
game her, and she learning the game. That's maturing her. That
Exactly.
is mentally maturing
That
her.
is maturing
Those
her. It's
those
hardening her.
experiences mature.
yeah, but
We all
in Paul
agree.
defense though, what Miss Jessica Fields just said is kind of like the same thing though, because right now we have a temperature of parents that don't want to give them their children the same well, I would say not accountability,
There you
but
go.
the
Accountability,
same
responsibility.
accountability or responsibilities
Yeah.
that their parents had. So that raising your kid, they say this is what they call it. They call it raising your children for you. Like the things that you used to do as a big sister is called raising. I'm gonna quote unquote this shit. It's called raising your children for you nowadays. So there's that battle as well, and I'm only piggybacking on what Paul said, just not in a way that he started off. But I that's what I was going to say. But I was going to say that for last, though. I wasn't going to say that
But
first.
that's still exactly what I was saying. I said that the women physically mature faster than us from a physical sense. They get the little boobies and bread and thick and all of that. True. But I also said that we all agree that it's experiences that make us mature. As we go through things and we learn from them, we mature. So what you just said, going back to what Jessica says, when you're the oldest sibling and you got 5 and 7 little brothers, and your mama is like, okay, now I gotta go to work, so I need you to cook this food for them babies. Make sure your little sister is changed. Make sure they got a bath and all of that. That's maturing that little girl. That's putting responsibilities on her. That's maturing her.
No,
That
no,
is
no,
mature.
no.
Because guess
I
what?
disagree.
No, listen.
But that is Paul. That is
This is
though.
the difference between the
Let him go.
generation of parents before myself and the generation X's. This is the difference. Because my thing about I can understand listen, everything everybody's saying is correct. With Miss Fields saying yes, younger, especially I believe women in her age, if they had siblings, like Tim said, you're going to be put in a more responsible position because the family unit was expected to work together. And that's the difference. And people like her, I guarantee she passed those same sentiments down to her children when they were younger, giving them responsibility and creating discipline as they grow older. Now, for the man, which I am, and I have 5 sisters, and my father brought all of that balance and unbalance to a balance. Because when I got out of balance, he was there to bring me back. He put me on task around the house, just like my mother put my sisters on task. So as I got to be an adult, everything I learned, I was so mature in what I was doing, I didn't have time to think about whether or not I was going to be successful. I just did what the next thing for me to do. Now, in relationships, this is the dynamic, because Morphine, you amazes me, because the women that you're growing to, you still trying to fight. It's like you want to be it's like Clark Kent and Superman. You want to be Superman on one end, but one end, Saprita keep calling you and talking about, no, girl, stay over here and be Saprita for a little bit longer. But
It's a wonderful double standard that I deal with every fucking day with these conversations. Absolutely, Mr. Fur, Coach. Yes, you definitely put a nail in that head. Let's go to the next one.
Just remember that you're the prize always. Say that one more time. Just remember that you are the prize. Yes, that's like his golden slogan for me. Yeah.
And what does that mean for you in relationships? When you're like, I'm the prize, what does that mean?
It just means not compromising like my values, my happiness, my peace, not settling for less than what I know I deserve, and not being afraid to walk away from the situation if it's no longer serving me.
Well, that's what Kevin Samuels told women to do. You know,
that's not a problem. I don't see a problem with that, because that applies to both male and female.
Yeah, that applies to both people.
There used to be very specific phrases for this, and it was women are the prize, but men are the catch. And I don't know what happened that you got men out here calling themselves the prize. And they just lost the terminology. Like there was
Kevin did that.
There was something. There's something about a man that makes him a catch, right? And it was a man had to be of a certain caliber to be considered a catch, right? There's eligible badge. Wake up, Dedrick. Wake up. A man has to be of a certain caliber of sorts to be considered a catch. And a woman needed to be of a certain level of decorum and purity to be considered the prize. So whatever they're trying to consider the prize, the catch is like non-existent now. We don't even consider men to be of value at all in this society, unless you're the first video where they're talking about Jeff Bezos and and all these other guys. These are the only catches apparently. But like these terminologies, they just gone by the wayside. Like there's value.
Let me ask you a question, bro.
There's value on both sides.
No, I want to ask you a question when you're done. Go ahead. Finish. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Paul. Go ahead, Paul. He was done.
Okay. If when we talk about the terms catch and the prize, Kevin started telling men that they are the prize. But I want to go back to what you said, that women are the prize, men are catch. And that sounds like fisherman terminology to me. So I'm going to use fisherman terminology. If I got a good catch, is that not a great thing?
Yeah.
So if my catch is better than anybody else's catch, I'm probably going to win that prize in that fishing competition, right?
Yeah, no, I'm not.
So my catch is a prize winner.
Like I said, I'm not arguing the equivalency between the two. It's just there's a certain connotation with masculinity and femininity with the terms. That's all. Because it just sounds a little like soft guy era for men to be running around saying they're the prize. That's all.
Well, Kevin was calling men. Kevin was convincing men they were the prize long before guys decided to have a soft guy era. So we're not going to. I'm not going to agree with you on that one. I'm gonna let you have that to
And
yourself.
let's not forget that the soft guy era is 100% satire. It's a joke. It's 100% put there to show women just how ridiculous some of their demands are.
Rhetoric is.
But at the same time, you can't get mad at Maurice for doing the same thing with the rhetoric that men is saying as a man. You know, Kevin Samuels did say a lot of different things in his message that got misconstrued or just was just like, yo, bro, that was maybe not the correct thing to say. But I do understand what Maurice is saying. Nonetheless, like things that what Kevin Samuels did was kind of conflate what is feminine and what is masculine. So now we're having the same conversation of what is masculinity and what is femininity all the fudging time. All the time. That's all we having. The conversation is surrounded by what is feminine and what is masculine behaviors, traits, mannerisms, etiquette, all that.
Morphine, can I make
Because
this statement?
it's a conversation. I'm sorry, Elder. Go ahead.
I speak for all men over 50. I don't give a damn what somebody 35, 36 say about whether I'm masculine or feminine. They better hope they get to be my age first. And they better worry about being masculine amongst men around the world. I don't equate myself to people that I know. I'm going to be masculine around the world as I move. And that is sometimes, and most of the time, you move in silence. I don't acquiesce to this. I'm 32 and I ain't did shit. I'm still talking about everybody else who done passed that age and did what they did. I did not do. You got to get to that space first before you can talk to me about anything about how to try to be better. Be better than me is the quest.
Right.
Make your children better is the mission. So
I mean, you're having a different conversation than I think what's going on right now. I feel like
I am. I'm just saying when I saw the video,
the conversation you're trying to have is,
I'm not trying to have it. I'm just making a statement regarding me.
Fair enough.
I know he want that energy. I'm gonna need him to keep that energy to himself because you married.
Coach, I'm a ride along, right beside you. I'm not gonna add on to it. I'm just right beside you on what you said, sir.
I also think that with people talking about prize and the catch and all that good stuff, a lot of the times what I've observed was when women were referring to themselves as the prize, or whatever the case is, it develops a particular type of mentality to where they don't have to do anything, and a guy just has to just sit there and do just to earn her attention or affections or her to look his way. So she feels like she's the prize and she can just sit on a perch and just be there. You don't have to do nothing but just show up. And that mentality that was developed from women talking about they're the prize and whatnot, it's ridiculous. So because it brings on a very, very lazy spirit, a very trifling spirit. Now you don't have people doing what they're supposed to do towards each other to bring about the accountability and everything else that comes with being someone who's worthy of being in a relationship or being in somebody, because men can control the commitment. We decide who we're going to commit to, period. Women can say, okay, well, I'm allowing, myself to be in this relationship, but you're not about to be in a relationship if a man don't tell you or want to commit to you. You're not going to be in a relationship. And that's just the bottom line. So when you're sitting there talking about you the prize and you feel like you don't want to do anything to contribute to the relationship, what good are you? You're a liability.
Well, here's the issue too.
I was just gonna say I think both words are stupid.
No, they're very necessary. They're very necessary.
They're part.
Because like to be what people there's a step missing in this whole thing, right? Women got together and decided which men were the catch. Women never got together and decided which one of them is the prize. That's what's going on. Men got together and made decisions about which woman was a prize. They didn't get together and say amongst themselves which one of them's a catch. Right?
I say it all the time. Is that men determines women's value to
women
men.
determine men's value. Men determine women's value. That's how it needs to go. I can't come out here and boast about how great I am if no woman wants me. It's the most insane concept I've ever heard in my life. Yet that is the state of the majority of modern women nowadays, right? They're going out saying, "I'm the prize." That's missing.
I think that's I think that's the mindset of both. Who has this mindset of they are the prize? Whoever has the mindset that they are the prize is in that lane of not being it. Like even with Simone Biles, he didn't say he was a prize. She did.
Yeah, that's different.
You get what I'm saying? So those who are proclaiming that they are the prize probably are dealing in that realm that you're saying, regardless if it's a man or it's a woman. And I keep saying this. I've been singing this since 2016. Like, yo, listen, the mindsets is twin spirits.
But one thing that's correct, a man, listen, and this is what I tell men, young man, you 21, goddamn it, one of the strongest times of your life, you are the fucking prize. Just go out there and reward yourself. Go out there and live. Learn some shit. Do some shit. Write that shit down. Create it. Build it. You the prize. And guess what? When somebody want to come inside your prize that you built, you make sure that they ass is the catch. Make sure they eating your goddamn type of food. They don't eat that shit, you make move the hell on.
Well,
so
hey, real quick, guys, before y'all finish, I gotta cut out. Y'all have a good night. I'll catch you another time. It was a good build, everyone. Y'all have a blessed night.
All right, Paul. I was just gonna go back to his fisherman analogy because I kind of liked it, and since my family fishes, so like, yeah, I know. Anyhow, like, so for me, I consider my husband a prize. That's me personally, because if you think about it, if I'm thinking about a catch, if I go out fishing, that means I'm out there, I'm casting my rod. Oh, I reel this little one in. Nope, that ain't a good catch. Throw it back out. We don't need that one. Now throw it back out. I reel another one. Oh, that one ugly. I don't even like that one. I ain't eating that. And then finally I get this fish and I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta keep this one. So it kind of diminishes, in my opinion, it kind of diminishes calling him a catch.
Exactly.
In my opinion.
And that's why all men should go fishing.
Yeah, you was the one
that's
that was
the problem.
fishing.
Brothers, keep going fishing, throwing them guppies back. Go fishing till you catch that goddamn tuna. Keep fishing. Stop trying to fucking think that you caught some guppies and you going to fry that shit up. Keep fishing, fellas. I'm telling you, there's millions of ponds out here waiting for a strong, big lip, big nose brother that's working on his game. You look good out there. So you are the damn prize. Matter of fact, you both of them. Just make sure when you throw your line, you ain't bringing up no guppies.
I mean, going back to
in relationships, I don't think men should be fishing. But go ahead.
No, yeah, going back to Miss Fields, what she was saying as far as that whole analogy, I firmly believe, all things equal, women have more choices than men when it comes to partners.
That part. That's why y'all shouldn't be fishing.
I said
it's
all
12
things.
Of them to one of them.
You gotta listen to what I'm saying because I'm saying certain stuff. All things equal, women have more choices in partners than men. Men have the rejection of it. Women don't have to do squat, and they have 10,000 men approaching them. Let's not act like that's not the reality. Women don't have to do anything, and men are approaching them. So they have the choice of the matter before they've even decided that they want to choose.
That's a good fisherman. That's all you just said to me.
Now, men that get chosen by multiple women now have the choice of rejection. They can say, no, not this one, not this one, not this one.
I resent that. Women don't get chosen by hundreds of men. We don't get chosen. They might want to fuck us, but then we don't get chosen.
That's a big
No, we
No,
don't.
stop,
We don't get
stop.
chosen.
Hold on,
that's
stop,
We don't get chosen.
Hold on, wait, no.
That's not the
These
truth.
men are choosing to pursue you. That's what they're
They
doing.
choosing
That's
to pursue the fuck.
no, that's not pursuit, bro. That's
Yeah,
not
right.
pursuit.
That's the same.
That's simply wanting a woman. That's not pursuit. There's
Right.
a difference. The pursuing someone means you are purposefully focusing on that one woman. That's what pursuing a
That
woman.
part. We
I
don't have
disagree.
multiples of that.
I
We don't have
disagree.
multiples of that. We don't
There's
have a
men
lot of
who
that.
want multiple women.
Hang on, everybody,
There's-
please, because I don't want us to y'all yell over each other. Go ahead,
Yeah,
Dedrick. I want to go after
there's
you.
men who want all the women they see. That doesn't mean they're pursuing them for under any purpose or any focused driven reason. You can want multiple women. That doesn't mean that you are pursuing that woman. Just because you chasing her don't mean you're pursuing her. There's a difference.
My God. Like we're gonna
Oh
act
my
like
God,
what?
Hang on. I think
So,
we're getting caught in the semantics.
yeah, I mean,
And the reason why is because if you see a woman and you have no interest in this woman other than getting in the booty, that is your chase. That is the pursuit you're gonna take. You're gonna do whatever you gotta do. If you gotta fake the funk and pretend you a baller and go rent you a car, you're gonna go through all these kind of hoops and whatever it takes for you to get into that behind. And once the pursuit is over, once you got what you want, you done. Race is over. It's over. Finish line cross, on to the next one. Next time to go jump in the next race.
Yeah.
Just like a top case. That's what I'm saying. A police chase is called a pursuit. They chase him, right? You see what I'm saying?
That's why I said.
That's why I said we were getting caught up in the semantics.
Of course, the semantics of what pursuit means, but like I said, most men don't pursue to be in a relationship. They pursue to fuck.
No, exactly.
They pursue.
But that doesn't change. That doesn't change. Most men pursue to fuck. That doesn't change. Just because they want a relationship with a woman, I bet you he wants to fuck her, even though he wants to be in a relationship with her. It doesn't change. That's the base motivation that gets men up and up. That's why we're having such a problem with men that don't want to do squat. They want to stay in home all day. Is because they don't have the drive to pursue to fuck anything.
Yes,
because
that's how we get caught up though too. We get caught up in that too. You chase that one that you know ain't no good for you. She just got a big old booty and all that. And you get up in it and be like, "Ooh, it's good. I'm gonna have to stick around a little." Next thing you know, it's 5 years later and you got 3 kids.
But see, here's the trick that I think I'm missing this point. Half the man brothers, 50% are childless and single. They ain't getting cheeks like that. Women are still having sex with a smaller number of men.
Exactly.
None of them are coming up in that wreaking havoc.
I don't like how those numbers get used because those numbers also include men that are incarcerated. And
okay.
The majority,
they not.
And a lot of them men are in there. They not.
But what I'm saying is, we gotta count men, women. Yeah. We got let's just say 500,000 brothers who ain't even getting the opportunity to be with a woman. So now again, that makes our numbers favorable, man.
But that goes right back to what I was saying earlier about women have more options.
Men do.
Hold on. Off the bat.
He's talking about the quality of men. They have the options for the quality.
I'm not talking about the quality of men.
Oh, you're not? My bad.
Period. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about the quality of men. Men in general make themselves available to women. Period.
Yeah.
Period. That's off the bat. No, forget any status, forget any money, forget anything. Off the bat, men make themselves available to women immediately because we want sex immediately.
I agree. Okay, I see what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That goes together with what you were saying.
Yeah, that's why I pointed that out.
Yeah,
like
and women don't do nothing. It makes sense. Yeah,
just being there, walking through life, you're gonna
walk up to her.
You're gonna have a bunch of choices of men. Now you may have your eye on a man that's not in your choices. That's a whole different other type of situation.
I think we all struggle with that though. And starting high school, we all struggle with wanting some shit that we can't have.
But this goes in steps. This is the first step.
Yeah.
And
That is the first step.
Then men that have accumulated or have shot their shot at several different women get an amount of women that actually return that request. Now they have the choice of rejection at that point in time.
But
which
Maurice,
looks
this is
very similar to the very first problem with the women, because
but
now they have
Maurice,
a choice.
I gotta throw this in there now based on because I'm following you. Women have the bigger choice over men because a woman ain't got to do nothing but go outside, and men are going to try to pursue her. That men don't walk up to women women don't walk up to men and shoot their shot the way men walk up to women. Okay, I get that point. Now to devil's advocate with Ferg.
Yep.
The reason why a lot of these women don't have the options, which he was saying, is because of what you just mentioned. That they put their eyes on a man that's not on their level, and they may get one. And once they get this one, now, oh, this is my speed.
Yeah,
this the type of man I get. If you're not him or nobody, then you ain't nobody.
This is my standard.
This is my standard, right? This is my speed from now on.
They don't even.
But y'all want women to be that way. You just want her to be that way with you.
No,
yeah. You want her to be that way. You just want her to be that way with you.
No. This is the equivalent.
Lies.
Let me give
the whole mindset was like,
let me get
she want no. You said she had this one shot of getting this one dream guy that she really wanted to have XYZ, elemental P, all these little shits, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And she held every single man to that standard. I said every guy wants to be that guy. She held to that damn standard. The problem isn't that is that one. It's just not you. It's just not you. Because if it was you, would you have a problem? If it was you, would you have a problem? If he was that guy, if he was that guy,
let me paint it in the picture because I don't think you see the picture we're saying. So
right. So Trey, would you have a problem if every standard of guy was you? No,
let's say
I'm lying. Like, come on now. No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't have a problem.
Let's say they got to do.
Hold on.
Hang on, y'all. Let's say Keisha, there's a dude, and his teeth is like this. Boom.
Hell yeah.
Right. He just walked a boom.
We can find somebody else with teeth just like that.
And just by luck, just by luck, some kind of way, he pulls a Beyonce type chick. Boom. And she don't even want him. She just heard through the grapevine that he got one of these, and she wants to check it out. So now he gets to smash that chick in the block that everybody chasing, this toe up tooth dude. And after he does that, from now on, he like, this my speed. If you don't look like her, this the type of woman I get. If I can't get a woman like that, all of y'all is nothing. Y'all are all dusty, drizzle compared to her.
Baby, it's no way how you want to flip this scenario. All you did was change the standard of guy, the subject. All you did was change the subject. The subject of guy. No. You changed the subject of the guy. The guy. His subject matter. Hear me out. I'm not saying you changed the subject of the topic. You changed the subject of the guy. His individual characteristics. You just keep changing subjects of guys. It don't matter. The point is, none of that shit matters when it's you. And you're that standard. Same thing with daddy. When daddy's that standard, he don't give a fuck. As long as you're my standard, I'm cool. Like, everybody has that. So the problem isn't that she got that. It's just not you. You're not the standard. Like, you want yourself to be that standard. You want to make that first impression, that imprint in her mind of what a man should be. You want to be the first motherfucker that laid the imprint. I get it. Say that shit.
Okay,
say that.
So
say that, and it's then 10 toes down and 5 fingers up on that.
The scenario that we were talking about, this paradox, is when a woman of a particular level shoots for a guy that's beyond her what they call it, out of their league, and then she just so happens by chance get the guy that's completely out of her league. All he wants to do is smash. But in her mind, it's like, ooh, see, this is These type of men are attracted to me because this one guy did it. That's why I said in the scenario, the only thing I changed was the gender of the individual. Same thing with the
All I
dude.
said was that
With the
he
dude.
imprinted on her, bro. You keep trying to make the relationship mean more than what the fuck is the imprint on her.
Define imprint. How you define imprint? Maybe that's where I'm getting
What you
lost.
just
Define
said,
what you mean by imprint.
you just said he gave her, she got the man of her dreams. All he did was fuck.
Talk about digmatized. That's what she talking
Right,
about.
like all he
that's
did
not
was
what I'm.
fuck.
But that's
He
not what I'm
got,
talking about. But
she
that's not the
got
point I'm saying.
imprinted on, and that is the standard she wants. Now, say she had a guy and got imprinted on that had his shit together, was this, that, and the third. He was a prestige guy, and he imprinted on her, right? That's cool. It's only a problem when it's not you. I'm just going to keep saying it. I'm just going to keep. It's only a problem when it's not you.
I think we have a lack of communication. Right? Okay, that's what you said earlier. It's only a problem when it's not you. So the dude that's like this, right? It's a girl that it's a fat girl up the street that like him, and they live in the same building. They the same broke. They're on the same economic level and all of that. She funny looking just like he funny looking, but since he got lucky to have that one girl that everybody in the neighborhood was looking on, this plus size girl may even be good for him. They may be work, but now he has in his mind, no, I'm better than you. I'm out of your league because I'm able to get girls like that. See, since I'm able to get girls like this, this is the only kind of girl I'm going to ever pursue from now on. That's the paradox. That's the paradox we're talking about.
So, are you saying anything different from what I'm saying? Did I come off like I was being sexist? That shit applies both ways.
That's why
I do math on both sides. It could go both ways.
That's why I actually defined what your imprint was, because that's why I thought we were having
a standard.
We were having
whatever thy standard is, whether it is delusional, realistic, it's an imprint. I don't know what else to say, and I'm gonna just say it's only an issue when it ain't you. Because I would say that. I would say that if I was a man, it's only an issue if it ain't me imprinting on her.
But isn't that kind of like I think that's more. I actually get what Tim is talking about, where the delusional factor comes in, right? But isn't that like something normal? Like, so for example, if Billy woke up tomorrow and said, "I don't want to be with you no more," and walks out the door, I'm not going to choose a man that is any less than him. You see what I mean? Like, so we all have that tendency to do that. But like Tim was saying, maybe somebody up the street that maybe isn't as tall as Billy, or maybe isn't as handsome as Billy, or he could have been the perfect one for me, but I'm going to look past him because my standard is nobody can top for me what Billy is or who Billy is, if that makes sense.
But wouldn't that mean, like, if let's say Billy did leave you, wouldn't that mean that you overshot?
You overshot because she got Billy?
No, I'm just we're running with the example here.
Just the example.
Yeah. If Billy
running with the example,
not Billy as a person, but like any guy that's like Billy. She overshot because she got a Billy.
No, let's say she got with Billy, and Billy's saying, "You know what? I can do better. This is not what I want. I'm moving on. I'm going to chase after something else, or I have something else, whatever." Wouldn't that by definition mean that Jessica would have overshot?
Not necessarily.
In the scenario you just said, I'm going to agree. But in the scenario of being imprinted, meaning like that guy, or say Billy just was like on some, that's not what I'm on to some other, or say Jessica was like, that's not what I'm on to some other stuff. But Billy, to Billy, this is the perfect woman. To me, I don't have any, it's not a sexual limitation. I just see it as how did shit could work out on both sides. Sometimes, and a lot of times, it don't work that way. It don't work on both sides like that. Sometimes the math just don't be mathing. But I could see how this shit works on both sides because the standard is not that person.
No, let's switch it up then. Let's say a dude ends up with a girl, and every time he ends up with these gorgeous girls, they end up cheating on him. Wouldn't he, at a certain point, he's got to be like, "Yo, I'm overshooting.
Brother, that's you changing the whole situation up now. We're
And
just talking
with
about
that, I'm gonna pull up another video. I'm gonna pull up another video because we're gonna keep going down the rabbit hole.
Right. I'm
Before
like,
you do that,
I'll pull
Timothy, hold on for a sec, because I understood what you were saying when it came to that. Because a lot of the times they get this delusional thing that now I can pull all those guys who are way up there. I can pull all those girls who are way up there, or whatever that anomaly was.
Stratosphere.
Because a lot of the times sometimes it is an anomaly. You lucked up because of the environment you were in, or whatever the circumstance was. But that doesn't make it, like, for me, if that was something I observed, I'm not going to get offended. But at the same time, when that person starts putting down everybody else who isn't that person, that's where I have the issue. It's not because she didn't choose me, because that she ain't for me. I understand that she ain't for me. I don't want her. However, when you have the mindset of putting everybody else down because you had an anomaly, and you lucked up and got that anomaly, that one person, that one time that you got who was a millionaire or something like that. First of all, you don't get to put everybody down, because who said you were up there? You were just the chosen one for the moment.
And that's universal, guys. That's not just for women. That's for both parties. You get what I'm saying? That's all I was. I'm so happy you eloquently said that, because I was trying to say that, but I'm a vulgar person. I'm gonna just say, yo, it's not you. So you're mad.
You said the same thing that me and
But
Maury
you kind of
said
said the
like
same thing.
45.
Like,
He said the same
you just
thing
mad
me and
because it
Maury
ain't you.
said like
Like,
45
let's move on.
times.
We
But
talk
yeah,
about church.
we gonna keep going.
We talk about church now. Go.
This is Sister Clara, old 304. Let's see what she got, because I know she got some stuff to say.
go ahead, sis.
It's Sister Bernadette, huh?
Okay.
She started off with church.
You know what I noticed, y'all? And let me tell you, I don't know if anybody else think like this, but listen to this here. A lot of people, they say they think when they get older, they're going to be settling down and things going to be wonderful. They're going to be peaceful. But let me tell y'all this here. This must be a new day, because guess what, y'all? People my age are still trying to make it. They still trying to figure out how they're going to make ends meet. A lot of people still got their own homes, but they got to worry about the taxes. Some older people, they got to worry about how they're going to pay their utility bills. Some of those Social Security checks ain't enough. And a lot of times people, when they think that when I get older, when I get Social Security, when I be able to do it, you better get yourself together now for when you get older. Because people think that when they get, y'all just don't have no idea. The young people don't have no idea. They think that when they get older, they're going to be settling down. And look, I know people that people still, I know a woman right now, y'all, in her 70s, still trying to find love. Still trying to find somebody to say, baby, I love you. In her 70s, y'all. That's why I said, I can't do all that, y'all. I can't be worrying about finding somebody that love me at my age, y'all. Nope. That's why I be saying, y'all, you got to get your life together now for when you get older. Figure out some kind of plan, y'all, that y'all can do when you get older, that you won't have to go through a lot of struggles that a lot of older people are going through. And a lot of older people think they happy. A lot of them, their bodies, they have problems with their bodies now. So when they're younger, they're worried about how they're going to take care of the kids, how they're going to feed the husband, how they're going to do the wife, how they're going to do this. Look, when you're young, but when you get older, let me tell you this here. It's still going to be something. So just try to do whatever you can do while you're young to make your life as peaceful as you can when you get my age. And when you get older. And when you get, people, look, I'm warning you now. Don't say I ain't tell you. Don't say I did not tell you. So while you're young, plan for when you get older and get a plan that you can stick to that's going to work when you get older. Because you'd be surprised at the people I'm shocked myself, y'all. I'm shocked myself when I see how a lot of elderly people is really, they're struggling. They're struggling. And every time you look, something going up. Now, inflation has ate up a whole lot of people's Social Security check.
I think we get the point. I think we get the point.
Look, grandma was going to go. She was going to go in.
Now,
I thought it begin another one. God damn it. Don't
Shout
get
out to the
grandma
elder,
started.
God damn it. The elder.
Yes.
Stay in there.
I would like to
You gotta
point out
have
this
patience
one
to
thing.
listen to it.
Yes, one thing is I like to notice when people start to get critical of women, They don't say women, they say people. Because she was talking about women. And
Don't say people get critical of women. Say when women are critical of women.
They say people.
Because when women are critical of women, they put it in code because they don't want
don't
want
change
the
that woman's freaking words because
He right.
fit your narrative.
Morphine,
It's
you
what
know
she
he right.
said.
You know he right,
It's what
Morphine.
she
You know he
said.
right.
No,
He
we're
right.
not gonna do that.
It's not the
It's
second
what that
time.
lady
Right.
said.
We see
That lady
what it
said
is.
people.
We see what it
Right.
is because women do that narrative switching all
Yeah,
the
it's
freaking
switch.
time.
Yeah,
So
It's
let's
all
not
of
even
us.
start that.
It's
Women
everybody.
and they professionals at it. So
Yes,
let's
they
not
are.
even go there.
We know that game
Let's
all
not
too
even go
well.
there.
There's no man that don't know that game.
Y'all just changed
The
this
problem,
into a
the
gender situation
benefits
for
are
no
her
reason.
benefits.
We could have just
Morphine.
addressed the situation.
No, we just say what we gonna say. We don't talk in code like that. We gonna say what we gonna say.
Exactly.
I hate y'all. Y'all get on my nerves. Go ahead.
We do, but your nerves is strong. Your nerves is strong.
It's real strong.
You can take it.
Go ahead, black man. Say it, black man. It's the average black man thoughts. Go ahead, say it, black man. Say how you feel. I ain't gotta like it. You always say I had to like. You said I had to listen. You always say I had to like it. Damn it.
Now, because the reason I don't know, maybe all the men caught it for what it was, because that's typically the narrative that's being pushed on women. It's that you got time, girl. You ain't gotta have your kids and all of that now, girl. You got go ahead and go to school, girl. You got time. It's gonna be a man. You're gonna find a man. I mean, it ain't going nowhere, girl. Go ahead and get your school. And once you get your degree and you get all this, and once you're on top, then you find you a husband. That's always been a narrative.
They always be there.
That's still in there. It's never stopped. That go for
But here's
both
the dynamic.
your daddy and your mama telling you that.
Okay, so let's backtrack. Let's take it back to the late 70s, 80s. Let's take it to the mid 80s, right? Now, she's speaking from the wisdom that she's gained through her experiences, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was a goddamn mink she had on. See, that wasn't just a fur, that was a mink. That was a damn
He gotta
mink.
point that out. My grandma had a mink on.
But what I'm saying is, she's seen the dynamic, how it shifted, because she's talking about making better decisions as a youth, as a youngster, as an early adult, a young adult, right? And she's seeing how women who've adopted this feminine mindset over the last 50 years.
Sir, let me correct. Feminist mindset.
Excuse me, this feminist mindset, you're right. They now are getting to that. They see the struggle in real time. They see the struggle in real time. And like you, Morphine, that's why it's important to circle back and tell these young women, listen.
When you pointed out that she's wearing a mink, I think you pointed out a bigger thing. I think she was projecting now.
Yes.
She's sitting there with a mink on. I know a woman that's in her 70s, that's in her 70s, that's looking for a man that's just looking for a letter love.
Yes, they speak in code.
Oh my God, I hate them.
Look at the
Go
code.
ahead. Go ahead. No, I want Jessica to say something. She over there fidgeting and stuff like she.
Listen, grandma's getting on my nerves because they say one thing but living a whole totally different
Morphine,
life.
that's you too. That's you too. You repeating that same cycle.
Hold on one
Maybe
second.
feminists won't allow. Go ahead, Jessica. Say what you thinking.
She said, "Hold on, the kids is talking to her."
You know, I was just gonna say she ain't lie though. She from observation. That's probably what she sees. She probably one of the mothers of the church, and she be seeing all these ladies up here, and they ain't got no man, and you know, and they be talking to Deacon Earl one week and talking to Deacon Jones the other week.
Don't forget about Clifford.
That's why she had that meat on. Like she knew what she was doing.
She got Cliff. She looking at Clifford and Roosevelt.
Clifford come through and he fix the pipes every now and then.
She looking for Clifford and Roosevelt.
Okay,
and Roosevelt too. Deacon Roosevelt.
And she fixed that man a nice plate. She
Yes,
fixed him a nice plate. Okay,
I think
that's what
she was absolutely
a good
projecting.
catfish.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think she was projecting because of how
Not a good catfish.
yeah.
A good catfish
I
on
think she
that
was
day. Okay.
projecting because of how detailed and passionate she was about it. She was speaking from her own experience. She was speaking because, like you said, she's sitting there successful. She in a nice car, got the mink on, and she in her 70s looking for somebody to love her. She let me know I didn't gave up. No, I ain't. But look, girl, y'all need to go out there while you're young, get your stuff together because inflation that came and my little old social security check ain't cutting it no more. You know, so
Now
I
here's
think
the thing.
she was projecting for sure.
I think so.
I'll say this much before y'all go on with it. You know, one of the things when I decided to say yes, one of the questions I asked myself was, can I see myself with him with his droopy balls, his
Damn.
gray hairs,
Damn.
and we just old, and my stuff don't work and his stuff don't work.
Damn.
What we going? That's how you got to think when you're thinking about marriage. Because guess what? All your stuff ain't gonna work the rest of your life. And you're gonna have work, you're gonna have children, you're gonna get busy, and you gotta know how to overcome those things. And that was one of my biggest things. And I can honestly say that I can literally picture myself sitting on the front porch with Billy when we're, God willing, 80, 90 years old, and watching our grandchildren play in the same yard that their parents played in.
Now, I'm gonna speak from my experience, but when I'm gonna say a man, I'm speaking for myself. When a man truly loves a woman, that woman will forever be youthful, no matter
Be
how
what?
forever
Youthful.
No,
Youthful or useful?
Youth.
Oh, okay.
Youthful.
I had to check.
So funny enough, how Jessica was talking about, I need to see into the future of how he's going to potentially look like and how much I'm going to be able to be okay with that and be able to
That
enjoy
part.
that nonetheless. When men love a woman, that woman never changes for him.
That's not a good thing, though.
Yeah, come on
But
over
that's
here,
not
baby.
that's
Come
not always a
on
good
over
thing
here.
because what Jessica is saying that she know he's going to change.
No.
She
Listen.
know there's going to be changes. Where in
No.
you're
You're
saying that she
missing.
never changes in my mind. It's always that's not always.
We need you to listen to it from a man's perspective.
Yeah, you're
let
missing.
him understand what he's saying because you need to get what our perspective is on that and what that means. He doesn't mean that she doesn't change. That's not what he's saying.
She changes.
But that's the words you used.
But you
Go
gotta
ahead.
let him finish it. We can understand.
You're listening to what you want to hear. You're not listening for what I'm saying. Now, when I say she as far as her, because she was talking about aesthetics, what he looks like. As far as a man, that woman, it's not like he doesn't see the wrinkles. It's not like he doesn't see the breast sagging. It's not like he doesn't see the stretch marks. But
so what doesn't change?
Can you
honey?
listen? Thank you.
I'm just asking a question.
What he does see is that same woman that he fell in love with.
Thank you. That's all I was asking.
That's what he will continue saying. So when I say he sees that same woman, is because that woman has not changed.
That light still shines bright.
Go ahead, Miss Fields. You on mute, baby.
Yeah. You talking to yourself. You talking to yourself.
I said, speaking for myself only, there are still some women that their physical appearance may change, but we still see the person that we fell in love with. So, for example, almost everybody on here knows that Billy has alopecia. He used to have I love beards. My God, I miss his beard. He had full beards, nice waves. The man that lost his eyelashes, eyebrows, hair, or everything. And guess what? I don't view him no differently. I still see him the same way that I met him. So there are still some women out here that when the men go through their changes, we still also look at them like he's still just as gorgeous as he was when I met him. I still see him the same way. I don't be like, oh my God, get away from me. I don't want to catch your alopecia. You know what I mean?
Well, so she's saying she feels the same, baby.
I just hope that when I get old, that this woman is still gonna be over here with me and gonna play with my gummy worm.
Go play with my gummy worm.
I'll take a tea bag all day, every day, at 75. I take that shit.
Slapping your swinging balls, like
Hey, slap it, flip it up, rub it down. That's all we can do anyway. Slap it, flip it up, rub it down.
Jessica said that when we get old, the balls get to hanging down. Just pick them up for me, baby. Just don't let me step on them. Pick them up for me.
Just pick them
Right,
up
y'all
for
know.
me, baby, for a second.
Look,
Just
and
pick 'em up.
look, I only know that because one day my father-in-law was here and he sat down and he got up real quick. He said, "Shit, I done sat on my balls," and I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
All the guys got it at the same time.
To the seniors, man. Fuck that shit. The seniors is here, man.
That's how you know times that
That's
caught
a
up
real
with
fear,
you.
though. That's a real fear.
And just imagine with a dude like that coming in telling his father, "Daddy, I'm in my soft era."
Daddy, I'm in my soft era.
Right. Come on, man. This is bullshit.
You better get your little soft serve ice cream.
Man, your grandmama would have slapped you out there. I'm like, get your little sister ass out of here. You look. Don't you come back here again till you fucking a man. All right?
Yeah.
I always wondered
again,
this.
the soft guy era again is satire. They just take women's points and use them from put them from a male.
I never understood that though. I never understood that. What's wrong with a woman being in her soft girl era? Isn't she supposed to be in that?
You should be in that shit from age 16 to age 66.
But we're not. And it's not about what you shoulda, woulda, coulda. It's the fact that you said you addressed the problem in a woman, right? In a 30 to 40-year-old age group, maybe 25. Let's go back there. You address the problem, they assess the problem, and they're fixing the problem. Hence soft girl era. Why is there an issue? I never understood that. Like I never understood that shit.
Let me break it down to her for. So, say you have a girl that's very strong, go get her, all of this, I'm gonna do all. I don't need a man to do this for me. I'm gonna get to this. I'm gonna compete, and I'm gonna become the greatest woman that I could be ever. And then when she gets to that, she decides, you know what? This strong, independent shit is for the birds, man. I don't want to have to get up and go to work every day and all of that. I just need to. I need somebody to help me with. You know what? I think I need to just tone myself down and get me a husband that's gonna take care of me. That's what this shit translates to. That's what men hear when we hear.
Don't you want the woman to do?
No, wait. Hold on. Let me get it out because what you're saying is true. Men do want women that are soft like that, but we don't want it to be. We want it to be her authentic self. We don't want it to be the product. We don't want it to be the product of her saying, "You know what, this strong."
But morphine, it kind of does. It kind of does. Listen, sis, and this is coming from your sis. He's saying exactly what is. It's like, okay, I done did all this, and now I'm tired. They don't want you to be in your soft era just because you're tired of working and doing this and doing that.
Right.
They want you to always have been in that soft era. It's a lot different.
Hold on.
So I don't understand. Here's my misunderstanding. She wasn't in her soft girl era. She was in this masculine role. She don't want to be in the masculine role anymore. She wants to be in the submissive role. What is the issue? Like, I understand she ain't doing it in the beginning, but so they can never change. Like, what the fudge?
Okay, so like, can I be blunt right quick? Can I be real blunt right quick? That's usually after she done got ran through and got about 3-4 kids. And I didn't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it. That's usually after they done been ran through. They got 3-4 kids. Now it's like, oh, this is a tough life. I don't want to do this no more. Let me go find me a husband that'll help me take me out my masculine role and put me in my soft era.
In the rebuttal, these are the women that the men complain about. And their behaviors that they complain about. So these women with these behaviors decide to not have these behaviors anymore. And it's an issue. What the
Because then
fuck?
it's an issue.
All right, well, hold on.
And then let's
Hold on.
rewind back to the conversation that me and Mr.
Wait.
Coach had earlier, where he was like, "Why don't you want to do certain things with the youth?" This is why.
Okay, so look,
He's like, "This is why."
Hold
let me get my
on,
story.
hold on.
Get my story.
Okay, go ahead, Maurice. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I was married at one point in time, and this woman was on her independent woman stuff, and whatever, I was about that too. I was like, yeah, go ahead, do your thing, do your thing, do your thing. She done went and gone to school. She wanted to be a lawyer. Did all this stuff. Got to this point. We 2 kids in by this point in time. She looked me dead straight, like she's like 1 step away from graduating. She looked me dead straight in my eyes and said, I want to be a stay-at-home wife. I laughed in her fucking face. Like, that's ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd. And that's what it sounds like when these women come out of the cut after they done ran the gauntlet of the world and realize, you know what? Being a feminine woman's actually the real truth of my life. No, we're not. And then once you've spent all that energy and effort away from us, I'm not talking about me, from us. Now you want to sit down and enjoy the ride? I'm not a donkey.
What do you want? Do you want them to be the way they are forever and never change?
No. But
Want them to be that's what I said earlier. It's about authentication. It's about authenticity.
So if their authentic self is changing, and that's what they want to do authentically, then what is the issue?
That's the problem. It's way too fucking convenient. That's what it is.
Everything. Look, listen. I do understand what you're saying. I understand, because that's what they call charlatans, right? And a spear. That's what they call a charlatan, right? I don't think a soccer era is a charlatan. I think the Pearl chick was a charlatan because she appeared. What? I can't hear you.
No, I say you believe it. That's not. Listen, this is an old concept that men have been dealing with for a while. These are called, we call them chameleons. They're these girl bosses that realize that they can't. They don't want to do the girl boss thing anymore, or they just want that option of not having to be relied upon. So they find the guy to be their donkey or their pet dog to wait, to scare off the bad guys.
I wouldn't say that because you don't like it when women say that about women. I don't know. I'm gonna just go to the next.
I'm gonna say this really quick.
Like, I'm gonna just go to the next situation because it's one looking down on the other because it's not what you expected it to be. And I'm like, I understand right and wrong, but the expectations on how relationships should be and how they should go is up in the air. Let everybody be happy as long as they respect one another. Then that's that. But when we're talking about these situations as individual, if a woman has been living her life in masculinity for 30 fucking plus years and get into these spaces with men and know that this ain't the way to go and want to walk in a soft girl era, what is the issue?
We just
other than that, outside of your bitterness, there isn't an issue.
You call me bitter?
Okay, so here's the thing. The issue is that she's expecting the same quality and caliber man when she was in her youth and earlier that she does after she's, like Jessica said bluntly, you've done run through, you done had all your children, you can't bear any more kids, and now you get to this place where you've changed because it ain't what it's cracked up to be after you done did everything else. Somebody was trying to love you correctly. Somebody was trying to be there for you correctly. You didn't want to hear that because he was too short, or he was too chubby, or he was too whatever. He didn't have enough money. It's always something with a lot of these women out here. But then y'all want to come and have this epiphany and then change. And then you want the same caliber dude. And you say, well, I deserve. No, you deserve what you deserve, what you go get. Being what you've already been. I'm sorry, but you can't sit there and expect to have the same caliber guy want you or want to wife you, not even wife, but just be committed to you after you've pretty much created something that ain't no high caliber guy gonna want. I'm sorry, but you can't sit there and say all of a sudden you've changed. Some guys
I understand that.
have approached you at the right time when you needed him to approach you, and you ignored him. I
understand that, but we just went
down
through
your nose at him, but then later on,
we just went through a whole thing of what men expect and how men want things in as a high caliber man, from ages for whatever to whatever. Women ain't doing that at age 20. They ain't.
But that's the problem.
And then we went down the rabbit hole of why they ain't doing it. What's the reason and how they were. We went through all that already. We just went through all that already.
You
now
just
we're going down that. We're back to the part where
I said, you just asked what the issue was. I just told you what the issue was.
Yeah.
After going down the rabbit hole, why women are the way they are, what they ain't got tools for, then we're back down to the okay, she fixed herself, and it's still to me, it's a double-edged sword. She damned if she did it, and she damned if she tried to change herself. But that's just my opinion. We can move on to the
That means
the next
time
slide.
for a new plan. Time for a new plan.
I want to get my last little spill out. We're gonna go to the next word. At the end of the day, all of that other stuff to the side, the issue comes when it's the particular type of woman that is one of those, I don't need a man for shit. I get my own shit. Men and then she say, you know what? This I don't need a man shit ain't that crack that what is to be. Maybe that's when it becomes an issue. All right, let me move on to the next.
As soon as I realized that the soft guy era thing was a trend and not just a couple videos, these dudes out here who act like women or like ass, you know what I mean? Like Pikachu, I choose you. I knew y'all was gonna come out. I knew it. It's two kind of people who I feel like got the biggest issue with the soft guy era. Men who have never had to provide for a whole family. I'm telling you straight up, you never had to provide for a wife and 2 kids or 3 kids or a wife and a kid, whatever. And on the other side, you have never been a woman who has had a man provide for you and your kids. Hear me on this now. Before y'all come to my comments and be like, man, I provide for a whole family, or I done had a man provide for me and my kids. I didn't say y'all don't exist. I said the majority of y'all who have an issue with it have never had that or had to do it. I'm going to tell you right now, my wife wake up tomorrow and she tell me, she say, hey, CEO, hey, I got it from here on out. Motherfucker, I'm going to be in that son bitch, I swear to God, yellow gloves on, I'm going to have a mop in my hand, boy, I swear to God. I'd be in that motherfucker, swear to God, folding laundry and folding her up at the same time. I'd be like Melvin off a Baby Boy in that kitchen, play with me. Soon as my wife get home from work, I'd be like old buddy on that old song, you know what I'm saying? Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. What the fuck? I'd be in there giving her massages and talking to her about her day. I'm in that motherfucker like, yes, the runner may had you fucked up at work, didn't you? Hey, you mind if I get that PS5 though? Fuck with me. Y'all be trying so hard to be motherfucking macho, man. We read right through that shit. The real providers, we read right through that shit. What the fuck?
I got no complaints with men. Because like when it comes down to it, when it comes down to it, if you're in a real relationship, like there's a negotiation that happens. It don't matter what the statistics are. It don't matter what the trends are. It don't matter what's going up, what's going down. We against the world is what a real relationship is. And if you don't have that concept when you're in a relationship, you're gonna end up in this other stuff. Most of the stuff that's out here right now that we're talking about is people that haven't been in a relationship. They don't know what it is to be in a relationship. So I have no problem with what a man said.
I would agree with that.
But the unique thing about the whole thing is this. Like my brother said, we're talking about the youngest and the strongest of us who haven't even experienced this dynamic. These motherfuckers are Xing out, even trying to build with each other. He spoke about his wife. That's different. All that other shit is just motherfuckers just pretending to be together, just clapping cheeks. Ain't nobody buying houses. I don't know too many black folk just living together buying houses. It's a few. Then they end up fighting and had to sell that shit, but they ain't building nothing. So I'm looking at what it is as a man. And women, listen, if you work 25 years taking care of your family, all your children are finally graduated high school, some of them got to college and got their own shit, stop asking you for shit and Y'all, you know what I'm saying? They want to live independent like you teach, like we say we teach our kids to be independent, but they always need a little something for the rent or for some shit because they ain't know no financial literacy.
It's a woman independence where you rely on everybody else.
But what I'm saying is this: if you in a position like that and you've been 20 years in the game and you provided, now your wife look over and be like, damn, you done kept our house, our children are grown now. I want him to relax a little. Let me go out here and hustle like a motherfucker. Hell yeah, he'll be for that shit. Because a man, he gonna make sure his house still ain't gonna lack. He gonna probably fix all kinds of shit. Everything gonna be smelling like fucking candles and potpourri, the food, cook, everything. Everybody gonna be well fed and taken care of. That's in a marriage. Most of us are single, trying to have this dynamic 20 years after the fact that you ain't really built shit. You just rented some shit, done paid off that apartment building that the other man owned. Your children are no longer an asset because guess what? After 18, there's no more child support. You done already fucked up the relationship with the father because he broke your heart at 19. Now you're 38, still talking about he ain't shit. But look at him over. He pull up. He got him a new car. He got him a new woman. He finally bought that little house. He finally got a couple of raises. He's coming around here. You looking like, oh shit. So this is the dynamic. And then a lot of this information comes from women. As a man, you 21, fuck a soft guy. You better worry about the world competing. You can be soft against black folk, but you can't be soft against nobody else. So you don't got time to fall into this. Continue to work and build. This is my last thing. You fucking 21 to 41. I challenge every man right now that's 25 pounds overweight, start working out all summer. Work your fucking ass out. Save your money. Stop buying that bullshit. If you're going to buy a video game, buy one a month. Stop drinking a lot. Get healthier. We need to get healthier. Securing your own shit, because when these immigrants come over and kick all these boss chicks out of their fancy ass apartments, guess where they go come at? They go come over to the garbage man. They go come over to the carpenter. They go come over to that what we used to call a nerd, because he still got his shit. He's taking care of his shit.
I love the nerds.
On your door. Please let me know.
I was just gonna
shout out to the nerds. They always did my
I was
homework.
just gonna say, well, he dropped off too soon. I was gonna tell him to tell everybody where they can find him on his cookie.
Yeah, because we done, y'all.
Yeah, his cookie joint. He dropped off too quick. So go ahead, Maurice. Let them know where they can find you.
Yeah. Come check me out. I'm still in the process of transferring my music from SoundCloud to YouTube, but I just got a brand new YouTube channel. It's listed under my name there. It's Maxi Studio Music with that capital X right in the middle. So yeah, come check me out. I'm, like I said, still in the process, and subscribe, like, you know the deal.
All right.
Subscribe, like, follow, share.
Yeah, you got it.
Yep. All right, Trey Ferg, let them know where they can find you.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we get it.
We hear you.
Oh, what's up, man? I'm gonna say this about y'all, man. I appreciate y'all having these topics, man. I love coming up here and chopping it up with y'all. Morphine, you better be lucky I'm married, because I'll get you together real quick. But hey, you gonna stay out there and hope you find your way. Stop it.
I don't know. You guys stop that. I told him he married.
I do have a page, and I'm gonna put it in the chat. Hopefully, I can get it out there before y'all close out. It's at Trey Ferg, the player coach. Sometime I'm the player, sometime I'm the coach, depending on which direction we trying to make and move this needle forward. I believe we can work it out. We just got to find our young folk and try to bring them together and discuss whatever issues they may have with each other, because it ain't nobody but each other. So we can work past it. Guys, keep doing what you gotta do, man. Our time is here now, brothers. This is our time. We the fucking what is that? We the prize, and we the fucking what's the other word you use, brother? And the catch. Make them catch you. Shit, don't be sitting around letting them just grab you. Make them catch you. If they can't run, just keep running. It's
greedy as hell, man. You just greedy as hell.
Yeah, ain't he? Miss Fields, you're gonna have to represent for your channel because Derek dropped out.
Dedrick.
Well, every
I'm sorry, Dedrick. I'm sorry.
Thursday night we have a show,
Soul
Soul
Flow
Flow
Convos.
Conversations. You can find us on Facebook, Soul Flow Conversations. I'm not sure he's completely done with his YouTube, but once he does that, we'll share that as well. Always have great topics. Morphine comes, Timotheus comes. So anytime you guys want to join, please look us up and find us. We love having great conversations, just like we have here.
Damn.
And that's another thing too. I just found out that YouTube is they changed their policy, and that's why StreamYard is not streaming to the groups and stuff no more.
Okay.
Yeah, because we had an issue today. Like right now, I'm not streaming on YouTube because I don't got it set up. I mean, not YouTube, but Facebook. I'm only streaming on YouTube right now.
Timothy, is your mic
I'll
is
let
broken
Dedrick
real
know.
bad.
Yeah,
No.
brother, your mic is a little staticky. I don't know what happened.
Does it still sound static to me? Am I too
Yeah.
close to it?
Yeah. It's not a close thing. It's an aux thing.
What about now?
Check your wires, man.
What about
Yeah,
now?
I was gonna say it sounds like it's short in a wire or something.
Yeah. Sound like an aux issue. But I want to thank you guys all for joining once again for another more conversations with the average black man. I love my panel that keep coming up and showing up for us every time, and in the fact that you guys have you on your own platforms. I don't know if Dedrick knows that he can add his own platform to our stage as well, like Trey does. I don't know if do he got to pay for that. I don't think you should, right? Like
Just
he
go to
shouldn't
your
have to.
page and it's a link. Just go to your page and view your channel. It's real simple.
Yeah. So when y'all guys join on, or whether it's you or him, I don't know how that goes with you guys. Y'all should tag your link in so it can view on your channel, on your YouTubes, as
Yeah.
if you're the admin that's publishing the video.
Yeah, you can. It's a platform share. Like right now, we're airing on our channel, and it's still static. Let me see if I.
Yeah, it's still static.
Yeah, it's still a little static,
What-
but go
what
ahead,
about now?
finish saying what you were saying. Though
What about
it's
I
you
was
still
just gonna say.
staticky, but
I was gonna say all it is no, my volumes are down. All it is you just you can piggyback the way Ferg is piggyback. We're streaming on our channel now, and also Trey is streaming us on his too. So he's introducing his audience to us, and vice versa. So
vice versa.
Right? When we get on his channel, we do the same thing.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. I want you guys to have that opportunity as well. Especially Maurice, once you get your if you ever do a StreamYard and start doing your videos on there, because you can upload and edit through StreamYard as well.
I'm a music man. Music man. I don't do all this video stuff. I leave that to y'all. I be putting up slideshows so y'all can listen to my music. So just put on my channel, sit back, relax, enjoy the tunes, man. That's how.
What's your channel? Can you put your channel in the chat? Just go to your page and go to more about your page at the top and just copy that whole link.
Hold on.
Yeah, and put it in there. Yeah, put it in there. And I will advise you to have like a nice little cover so we can, soft promote you, brother. Like, share the love. Since you don't go live.
No live.
You don't got no live feed. So I would love to soft promote you with a nice little flyer. Listen, I'm a working woman. I love working men. I'm work with you. So I thank you guys for joining to another conversation with the average black man. We're gonna end the stream next time. We got to give you a next time. What we talking about next time? We'll never leave you with a cliffhanger. We're going to get into the next conversation. It's about affirmative action. It is going to be a conversation, and I'm going to tell my black panelists I don't want it to be racist. I would like to get some other cultural opinions about this. So
that's not the next show. That's not next show.
That's not next show.
Next show is a magazine article I found from the 1950s, 129 ways to catch a husband, and we're gonna compare them to the dating advice of today.
Can we bump that up to the show after next?
Okay, because this one was kind of on some religious shit. Yeah, we can do affirmative action next.
Yes, because I'm ready for another conversation, like a whole different. Because it
Yeah.
is election season. Damn it, y'all know
That-
I'm on the topic. I
That's true.
want to talk
That's true.
about this.
That's true.
I want to talk about this, and
That's true.
I want affirmative action to be the next conversation. I want different cultures to come in here. I want a Mexican. I would like a white person, a little spice of a little everybody mixed with the congregation of black folks, and we're going to talk about this appropriation and how what it means for us, what it means for them, what it means for the future.
Well, I'm gonna tell y'all my position right now. If they get rid of affirmative action, the number one demographic of people it will affect the most will be black women. All right,
damn.
But Timotheus, they already voted that out. It's no longer. They voted it out when the last black Supreme Court judge got in office. They voted that out last year. It's gone already.
It's gone. Affirmative action is gone.
Oh, if it's gone, we can't do a show on it then.
Yeah, check it out. It's but you can talk about how it's going to affect because
We can talk. We're just talking about the effects of it, like affirmative action effects. That's it. Like we're going to talk about what.
It's
definitely
not,
that is
okay,
going.
we're gonna save this
We
for the
definitely
show
got to spread the word about
gone,
that.
because it's not gone. It's been replaced with a DIE.
The affirmative action is gone.
No, right. It's gone, but they just rebranded it as DIE. Diversity, inclusion, equity.
Exactly. And that means,
but it's still a conversation we're going to talk about.
Yeah,
And we
okay.
just might change the topic. Not the
Title,
topic,
yeah.
but the title, you know. But the topic is still the same.
Y'all see my link in the chat?
Yes,
sir.
There you go. Boom,
All
bam.
right.
There you go, brother.
make sure y'all subscribe to my channel, please, and I'll be hitting y'all with this player coach. Morphine, make sure you come check it out.
I definitely am, you know.
We're gonna change some minds. We're gonna move the world.
Definitely am. Definitely am. Definitely go support my sister stations and my brother stations too.
I'm always on y'all. Follow y'all to the end.
All right. Well, Tim, do I got the cue to end this?
Yeah, do what you got to do.
All right, I got y'all. Thank y'all for joining once again. Coming back to you.